So I got a list of questions that I have roughly around 20-ish questions. And we're just going to take it really casual. Probably
No
the
worries,
best
man.
way to be.
Middle name.
Let me go ahead and...
Are we live streaming, by the way?
Yes, we are.
Oh, God. Just I brushed my
Don't
hair.
get nervous. You didn't brush your hair? I'm missing a razor myself, as you can see.
Pressure's on.
The pressure's on. I've got to pull up the video so I can see chat.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
And once I do that, we will begin. I also want to see if anybody else is coming on. My plan is to ask you these questions, and I'm going to edit it into a video.
Awesome.
Afterwards.
That sounds cool. I can show my friends. See how popular
I
am.
Yeah, see how popular you are. See if anybody wants to come learn about Super Mayhem, about Mario Mayhem.
That's it, man.
I'll just pull it up on my phone.
Yeah, whatever works, man.
Just to pull it up on my phone.
Yeah, I do chat on my phone too. It's in case I miss it on the screen. It's hard to keep up with chat sometimes.
Yeah, it can be. Oh, hey Nicole. So Nikki's watching. She said, "What's poppin', nerds?" She said, "Hello, just
How did she know?
That's how did she know? Well, she knows me. That's one of my closest friends right there.
Cool.
All right, so I'm gonna put this over here so I can see. What I like about Google Hangouts is it takes a lot of the load off of your computer because a lot of the streaming is done through the browser. All it does is take your web feed from your camera, and then it puts it on the channel directly. It's all run through Google.
Oh, that's wicked. Well, I hope my net doesn't drop out, man. It's a bit stormy here, so if I disappear randomly, you know why.
Yeah, you just have some like frame drops and stuff. Nothing too bad. Okay. Retro said, "Shoot me a Hangouts call." Dr. Dapper said, "Interview." Dr. Dapper's with us. Said Mario has a Yoshi.
Yeah, he's got a Christmas hat on still. I haven't updated him.
Yes. All right. So guys, feel free to ask questions. I got a list of questions that I'm going to ask him. Oh, she said, "Oh, Houdini, I remember the game. It was Yoshi's World." Or you mean Yoshi's Island or Yoshi's
Island for the win.
Yoshi's Island's amazing. She might be thinking of Yoshi's Story for Nintendo 64 too. And she was saying I do have both of those games. Jared Rush said Retro brought me here. Jared.
Hey, Retro.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to begin by asking you, when did you start your YouTube?
That's a good question. I think it was 2015, maybe. Yeah, somewhere between 2015. I can't remember the exact date. But my good friend Danger Dolan kind of was doing well on YouTube, and I had this Mario site, so I thought, hey, I'll join in the party and see if I can promote my Mario site through YouTube. And from there, it kind of rolled on to Mario Mayhem on YouTube, and then eventually Super Mayhem on YouTube. So,
oh, that's good, man.
But I can't remember the exact date. But ironically, it's funny. It's the same date as Slap Tam joined. We didn't collaborate that or anything. We just joined on the same day and got into it.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So Retro said, like a sub to Houdini, but seriously, Houdini, do your magic and add me on Hangouts. I will add you on here after I get a few more questions down with Super Mayhem, as long as it's okay with him.
Yeah, no worries, man. Whatever's going.
And Nicole San Diego asks, she says, Mario, can I have your blue Yoshi?
Sorry.
He's not gonna let go of Yoshi.
No,
You'd have to ship it internationally anyway.
Yeah, that too, you know, but a good friend gave it to me, so I don't want to lose it.
Dr. Dapper asks what your friend code is.
Friend code?
I guess he's talking about on the Wii U.
You
don't have a Switch yet, do you? Did you?
No, I don't have a Switch yet. No, my brother's got my Wii U, so well, it's his Wii U, but I don't have. I've got a Wii, but I don't know what my friend code is for it. Sorry.
You'd have to go look. It's one of those things. All right, the next question from me is, what inspired your YouTube name?
Which one, Mario Mayhem or Super Mayhem?
Mario Mayhem.
Yeah, well, Mario Mayhem, as I said, I had the website. It's been up for like 11 years now. I can't remember exactly how I came up with the name. I wanted something like with the alliteration, like that flowed off the tongue and was memorable. And I think I was brainstorming with my dad, and he might even have come up with it. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a long time ago, man. I was like back in university and stuff, so I can't remember exactly.
So that answers my next question, which is, did you go to college?
Yes. Well, hang on. I'll answer the question first. Super Mayhem sort of came around. I did a lot of Mario stuff early in the days, and I was kind of not running out of ideas, but I wanted to broaden my horizons. So I thought Super Mayhem was a good gaming sort of channel name, so I could do other games as well, not just limited to Mario.
Not just a Mario guy. Like your website literally is all Mario, though.
Yeah, literally, yeah. I mean, 99% of it.
But by the way, check his website out. It's really cool. Was it MarioMayhem.com?
Yeah.
URL. Yeah.
MarioMayhem.com.
Yeah,
it hasn't been
if you like Mario games, it's still got a lot of content for what it is.
Yeah, a lot of retro sort of stuff. Mostly that's where I got into it. Obviously, I'm a bit of a older guy.
Yes, Jared. So Jared asked, I actually have this in my well, I guess I'll start with retro because he asked first. He said, what's Australia like, Mayhem? And he also said, how does it feel to be a profile gamer?
A profile gamer, I like that. Yeah, that pretty much sums me up. I don't know. I'm not particularly good at video games. Anyone that's seen my streams will will attest to that. But
I'm not too much better. I'm a little bit better. It depends on the game.
Yeah, no, I've seen your streams. You're definitely better than me. Don't worry, bro. Yeah, I mean, I don't even look at myself as a success really yet. You know, like I mean, I've got 25,000 subs or something. I'd love to get to 100.
25,000. I think 25,000. A little over 25,000. I saw check.
Yeah.
What you're saying? Yeah,
probably around that. It's been going up and dropping a little bit lately, so I don't know what's.
Well, the YouTube algorithm, they like drop if you don't like release a lot of content like weekly. I think it's like weekly. If you don't release a video a week, they'll bell and unsubscribe certain people if they haven't seen your videos.
Well, I had like an 11-month break, so that probably factors into it all.
Yeah, it definitely does. Jared Rush asks, and this is a question that's on my list. I guess I can check off. But Jared Rush asks, what are your favorite games? You still there? I think we might have lost him. Let me check. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, he's having internet problems. So, let's see. Are you into Five Nights at Freddy's? What's your favorite Nintendo fact? Or Mario games? Richard said, add me. I'll add you, Retro. I'll add you, Retro. Just make sure you let him talk when he's back. Yeah, it takes a while for you to come up once I add you. Yeah, there goes Mario May. Yeah. Then lost him, so I got to add him back. That's a beautiful thing about editing, video editing, is afterwards I can go back and edit this stuff out. The quest to find Mayhem, that's right. He got removed, and I'm re-adding him, seeing if that brings him back up. Like I said, it took about 50 seconds for him to pop up the first time. He got pretty shoddy internet where he's at. The quest to find Mayhem. Crap, I'm eating spicy noodles and have no milk. It says I'm not in your circle. It was telling you that yesterday too, Retro. You're welcome. Some people are having internet issues. All right, let's go up here. And Mario. Gmail.com. Got to type fast. Come on in. How did you get on yesterday, Retro? Mare.
I think I got it.
Queen.
Yeah, I got it.
Hello, you're back. You're not back. You were finally on, Retro. Now we just need to get Mayhem back on.
Super Mayhem. He's probably watching too much kangaroo porn.
Oh, hush.
Well, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what the internet's like down there. I don't know what he's into.
You don't know what the internet's like down there? The internet's a worldwide thing. I would imagine it's pretty similar to what we got.
He probably was like South Park. Do you have any internet here? We're going the California way.
We're going to California to find internet.
Mayhem has been falling 30 minutes. Yeah, I know. I got the new pictures. The new pictures, classically trained.
It says he's on. It says he's online, so I'm not sure.
Maybe he went for a smoke break.
Yeah, he might have took a smoke break.
Like that one Family Guy. Smoke break.
Hey, Tim.
Kangaroo porn.
Come on. Kangaroo porn. Nice new pick. Yeah, I like the new pick that he's got.
Thank you. Thanks, Maury. Dr. Tapper. Don't look up kangaroo porn.
Dr. Tapper is I think he's a 12-year-old kid, and he's telling you don't look up kangaroo porn.
Dr. Tapper. Pastor. Dr. Tapper, if you're 12 years old, don't you have like school tomorrow?
Nicole's like, shake my head back on so I can finish these questions. It's like I got more questions than I could ask before I lost them.
God, when I was 12 years old, bedtime was like 9 o'clock.
Let me know when your internet's back.
Pretty much.
Let me know when your net's back. That's what he calls it. Net's back. He calls it net. Because my net's out.
Knowing him, he probably looking for like an actual net, like outside. Like, where is this net?
Now he's typing on the. He said, "I'm back." Okay, he said he's back. So, Dr. Depper says yes, and I don't know. I'm a rebel.
Go to school. You need education in life.
Oh, ain't that the truth? Here he.
Though sewing 101 isn't really a good class, but
the beauty of live internet, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, you have shit internet.
Yeah, I warned you. I said there's a storm. I didn't think I'd cut out that quick. We hardly got our trousers off, you know.
Well, guess who's here?
I know. Okay.
Hey,
Let's go back up because there are questions back here. I was asking you when you went out. Jared Rush wants to know what are your favorite games, which is a question that was on my list of questions as well.
I gotta agree.
Favorite games. Traditionally, I would say Super Mario World's my favorite. But I mean, I love all the classics, like the first Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3. I played an obscure Korean game for a long time called MU Online, that was just a bit like Diablo, and I put thousands of hours into that. Way too much of my life. Way too much.
Nicole wants to know. Nicole wants to know if you've played the Five Nights at Freddy's games. And if
I haven't. I think I mentioned on stream I'm a huge scaredy cat. Shit really freaks me out. So I think it would be funny if I played that game. Like, it would be quite to see me literally. It'd be like PewDiePie, but not staged. You know, like I'd literally take my pants on stream. You know, like, which could make for a good stream. You know, like, or a good video.
Yeah.
That's
good. So when you went off air, Dr. Dapper was saying you made a remark about you and watching kangaroo porn. And Dr. Dapper suggested against. You know, he said, "Don't look up kangaroo porn." Apparently, he knows from experience.
He's probably like a master at it, you know.
Dapper actually says, Retro says that you watch kangaroo porn. What's your opinion on that?
On kangaroo porn, you know, I can't say I've witnessed such things. I have seen kangaroos fighting. Like, they box. They literally like box each other and kick each other's legs. But there's no intercourse that I've seen, you know. So.
Pretty good. Okay, so Mike Tyson and get a kangaroo would be perfect.
Okay, so on with the questions. So obviously you went to college. That was one of the questions I had written. So, like, what college you went to, what you went to school for. My friend Nicole, for example, she's going to school for design, like web design and graphic design.
Yes. Well, I did what we call a TAFE course in multimedia design when I was younger. So that was like Photoshop and a bit of video editing and stuff like that. Then when I finished high school, I went to a university called RMIT, which is in Melbourne, in the city, and I studied a Bachelor of Computer Science there. So I learned to code, and from there I loved doing PHP and web development and kind of ran with it, you know, like, and I've been doing that ever since.
So what would you say is your passion?
At the moment, you know, YouTube and video games in general, actually. Like, the more I've done like Super Mayhem and stuff, the more I've got into video games. You know, I always obviously loved them as a kid. My first website I ever built was a Mario themed website. This was before Mario Mayhem, just on a free host. So yeah, at the moment I just really dig in games. I mean, I love a lot of things. I love philosophy and
it seems like you're a man of many passions, like I am. One
of my
passions
I love lots of things,
Nicole.
like music and all kinds of things. I can't narrow it down to one thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You shouldn't be asked to do that. What's your favorite band?
Favorite band? Oh, I've got a lot. I mean, I like punk and hardcore mostly. Like I don't know if you know, like No Effects.
Yeah, I know.
Who jumps to mind? Kill Switch Engage. There's a couple of great Aussie bands.
I've never heard of any of those.
Okay.
Amity Affliction.
I like bands like The Used, and I like the screamo kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't mind a bit of screamo. Yeah. Was that a
Avenged
sneeze?
Sevenfold is another one. You know, Avenged Sevenfold's a new Metallica, and they kick Metallica's ass.
Yeah, I love Avenged Sevenfold, man. I got a T-shirt of theirs, actually.
Dr. Dapper's question.
Or he says The Clash. I guess he's asking if you like The Clash.
The Casbah.
The Clash. I know like the name. I don't know much of their music though. Sorry.
You look their music up.
Yeah, Rock the
you probably know most of their music. Stones.
What was that? Sorry.
What do you think of the Rolling Stones?
The Rolling Stones. Yeah, they're good. I don't know. I'm not like a big fan or anything, but I'm sure if I heard one of their tracks, I'd know it. You know, like.
Well, like about up until about 5 years ago, the Rolling Stones was one of those things like. I didn't really know much about them, and then I became friends with someone who was a big fan of their stuff, and then the song that they were playing, I knew every fucking song they were playing. So it was like, oh wow, I actually do love this band. I just didn't know it was them.
Well,
I always laugh.
You can't always get what you want and all that stuff like that. That's one of those songs.
Yeah, I know those songs. I always laugh when I see the teeny boppers with the tongue out on the T-shirt. And it's like, hey, do you like the Rolling Stones? You know, and I don't know who that is.
Maury's comment.
So, Nicole San Diego says, I used to hate coding when I first started working with it, but now I kind of like it. But now I have to design my own website for this portfolio this quarter and next quarter before I graduate.
Yes. Is she looking for coding lessons? Or
you keep on doing it. Yeah, I'm going to be at your graduation. All right. Okay. Next question. What was your first gaming experience that you?
I remember this very vividly, actually, and I was just talking to my brother about it the other day. I remember being a young kid. I can't remember how old. I would have probably been like 5 to 7, and I remember coming out of my bedroom and seeing my dad and my brother setting up the NES, like the Nintendo Entertainment System. And
oh man,
I kind of was like, whoa, what is this? You know, we're talking before computers and stuff, you know, like, and I remember it blew my mind, you know, like I remember picking up the controller for the first time and jumping and I was like, holy shit, this is something, you know, like, and it kind of changed my whole perspective.
Yeah. What was your first home console that you owned yourself? You said your family had the NES.
Yeah, like the first one that was like literally mine would have been a Game Boy, you know, like because I shared with my brother, you know, like we had the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64, GameCube, but I never really, you know, claimed them as my own. They were like shared machines, you know, like that we both enjoy, you know.
Yeah. My first one was the Super Nintendo, and of course I shared it with my sister, but it was obviously mine. And we had an NES in our home growing up. And the NES was actually, my dad got the NES back in '89 when my mom was pregnant with me. And the whole time my mother was pregnant with me, he spent it playing Super Mario Brothers. My mother has told me multiple times that she had nightmares about Super Mario Brothers. And her sister, she was born in '85, so she's like, you know, she's like 4 at this time. And my dad said that he got it for her, but it stayed in their room. So that was the first console I grew up with. But the Super Nintendo was the first one that was actually mine.
Yeah.
So
maybe a bit of that Mario rubbed off, like while you're in the womb, you know, like, and that's why you're a fan, you know. Like,
a fan, you know, my mother was having nightmares about it. I was, you know, I loved it. Okay, here's a serious question. This goes for me and like Nicole. And do you have any tips for newer YouTubers?
I got a couple. I would say, what would I say? I'd say work on your titles of your videos. Like keep them either keyword friendly, like you know, what would people search for?
Is this Super Jesse? Is that who Jesse Animations is? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Super Jess.
Oh, he changed his name again.
Yep.
Nice. So you say work on your like.
Yeah, titles of the video are very important because, I mean, you've only got a title and a thumbnail to grab people's attention, you know. So something that stands out is very important. I'd also say network, you know, like I was very, very lucky to know Danger Dolan and
oh yeah. I mean, I'll get to asking you about that later, but yeah, he's one of the biggest YouTubers. Wasn't he like the second largest YouTuber at one time?
Oh yeah, I think he still is.
He's
I think
huge.
He's the second largest in Australia. I think when he was going great guns, he was bigger than Eminem on like YouTube. You know what I mean? Like his growth rate was bigger than Eminem. I think that's insane. This guy's like a rap superstar kind of thing. And here's my mate. He's a pretty unassuming guy, really. Like you wouldn't, when you meet him, he's so down to earth and so chill. You wouldn't think that he's, you know, one of the biggest YouTubers in the world.
Okay, so Dr. Dapper asked, and I'm guessing this is a rhetorical question. It doesn't make much sense. What is your favorite game that is not made by Nintendo?
Maybe Team Fortress 2. I played a lot of that.
Oh, Team Fortress 2. I remember playing that back in high school. I think that's a pretty old game.
Yeah, it's a little bit older now. I used to, up until about a year ago, I still jumped on and played now and then. But I was pretty into that. I mean, I love Counter-Strike 2, Day of Defeat. I'm not sure if you know that one. Of course, there's a classic like Final Fantasy VII on the PlayStation. I loved, you know, like that was.
I just want to go ahead and tell Richo, hey man, I'm sorry you're not able to talk a whole lot. I just have a lot of questions, and I'm prioritizing like chat, like questions in the chat. If you have a question you want to ask, just let me know.
I do actually.
Go ahead.
Yeah, hit me up, Retro.
Did you ever meet Steve Irwin?
No,
I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I just know he's from Australia. So
that's gonna be in the video. I'm sorry.
I have met like Steve Irwin tryhards that like wrangle alligators and stuff. But
is that like Elvis? Is that like Elvis to Las Vegas?
Elvis to Vegas.
Is there like a Steve Irwin on every corner in Australia?
Steve Irwin imposter.
He actually died on my birthday, Steve Irwin. So I was a bit conflicted that birthday. Man. I was like, it's also Beyonce's birthday as well.
I don't know Crocodile
Damn.
anymore. Sorry. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be mean. It was just a question, you know?
Yeah, no, it's a good question.
That's fine, man.
I asked you about how you guys have
a good laugh, you know?
You guys have ground kangaroo in your stores, which that's cool, you know? It's a different.
I still don't know if I believe that. I think he's fucking with us with that one.
No, you can buy kangaroo in like the Safeway, you know? Like you can buy you can buy kangaroo burgers and like.
Is it good? What does it taste like?
I'll be checking.
It's actually a good lean protein. It's like really good for you. How would I describe the cake taste? It's a little bit gamey, but like I don't know. There's nothing to compare it to. It's like, you know, what's beef taste like? You know what I mean? Like
it's like the bison of Australia. Bison's very lean up here.
Yeah. Okay, I got another question for you. When are you releasing your mixtape?
My mixtape? You should hear my music, man. I'll have to send it to you one day. I've got.
You have to, man.
I've written and recorded about like I think it's 5 or 6 songs, and they're terrible.
I just started recording my next album and separate projects. I got my like rock music, and then I have like the like more electronic hip hop R&B ish stuff. That's what I'm working on right now myself. What software do you use for video editing?
What software do I use? I use a mix of like Photoshop, Camtasia, a program called Camtasia, which is very easy to edit in. You can record your screen and stuff like that. When I need
It,
to,
it
I
works
use,
a little bit better than OBS for screen capture.
Yeah, it probably does. I've always had trouble with OBS to do screen captures, but so I just
as a screen capture on OBS is garbage from my experience.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I'm not the only one that has a problem with it. But yeah, I use
I have
After
problems
Effects
with
as well when I need to, Adobe After Effects. So that's when I do like explosions and stuff like that.
I'm not quitting my day job to become a singer. I'll keep my day job.
What games? Okay, here's another one for you. What game gives you the best memories? Like, what gives you the strongest childhood nostalgia? Would you say like Super Mario?
That's a good question. I mean, yeah, the story I told earlier about the first Super Mario Brothers is pretty good. You know, Mario 3 stands out. Maybe. I still got the box and everything for that game on the NES. I just remember it was like amazing turning into the Leaf and you know, Leaf Man and all that.
The raccoon, yeah, with raccoon tail,
yeah,
and you had the ears, and you just go flying.
I don't know. You
that's it exactly. What was that?
Yeah,
Sorry, Richard?
I said I didn't know you could turn into an actual leaf in that game. I know there's a leaf.
That's in the Australian version.
I don't remember turning into a leaf. I'm going to take his word for it.
So what's next? You turn into
I mean, think about it. You get a leaf, you turn into a raccoon. You get a feather, and you get a cape.
Yeah, I've got good memories of Super Mario World 2, like being at one of my dad's friend's house, and he was showing us like the hidden locations and stuff like that, and that was pretty amazing. As a kid, that kind of blew my mind.
Yeah. Okay. So with me, it would be A Link to the Past, Super Metroid, you know, Earthbound, and Donkey Kong Country 2. Those 4 games, I have the most nostalgia for. Because I played them all as a kid, man.
Yeah, it's hard to pin one down. I mean, I have great memories of Mario 64 even, you know, like I had friends over.
Oh man, I didn't have a 64 until Donkey Kong 64 came out, but my next door neighbor had Super Mario 64. And I spent the weekend with him one weekend, and we just stayed up all night. Just all night long, and we beat it by Sunday morning. It was crazy.
Yeah, I definitely got memories.
7 or 8, and his dad was helping us, so his dad did most of the work.
Well, it's still an adventure.
Your girl's going to bed. Good night, Nicole.
Good night, Nicole. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay.
I'm still trying to find her on the map.
Shut up, Metro.
See you, Nicole.
Mayhem, there's a game in the 90s called Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, and I'm just trying to poke fun at her because
big over here in the States. I'm not sure how big it was.
Okay. I know the name, but I couldn't tell you what it is.
It was a real big PC game, like in the early 90s. And they also had ports on other things, and they had a TV show, and I think they had a comic strip. They had all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's probably why I know of it.
Mayhem, I do have a question.
Here's another one. When would you say your channel began to grow faster?
Oh, hang on. What was that? I missed that.
Who wants to go first?
When would you say your channel began to grow faster? Like what sub count, views?
Well, definitely the Danger Dolan shout out he did to me right at the start. I wasn't ready for it. I was just getting into YouTube. I had a shit microphone. I had about 30 or 40 subs, I think. And then he gave me the shout out, and I checked the next day, and I had 5,000 subs. And I was like, "Holy shit! Wow. Now I got to do something, you know, entertaining here. I've got an audience, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it was just a steady growth really for me. Like, it wasn't other than that one big shout out that got me started. It was just more steady growth, you know. Like, I got better at editing, I got better at thumbnails, I got better at voiceovering. You know, all these little things, you know, like they start to add up, you know, and next thing you know, you got 200 plus videos and you kind of half know what you're doing. I say half, but you know, you're always learning.
Yeah, Murray213 says that he uses Mario Paint for editing. That's the software that he uses.
I still have the SNES mouse. I still have a SNES mouse.
pretty awesome. Okay, Retro.
Okay. Would you ever want to visit the States one day? I would definitely want to visit Australia. It looks so cool. Well, seeing what, like TV shows have, with the coral reefs and all that, it would be pretty cool, like to visit in the summertime. Because right now, I'm telling you, you don't want to come up to like the northern states. It's just
no. He come out here to see me. He come down to like Georgia, Atlanta, where it's warm.
I call it stack tucker weather. Like
well, if you want to see the coral reef, I would recommend you come sooner rather than later, because that's there's a bit of coral reef bleaching and stuff going on at the moment. So a lot of the reef's dying.
That sounds sounds bad.
Yeah, it's very terrible. Like, no joke. There's a lot of people worried about it. So I'm sorry to be a downer about it, but
what can y'all do about that?
Yeah, I don't know. Like less shipping through that area or something. But yes, I would like to come to the States.
Hey, Johnny Five's joined us. Welcome, Johnny Five.
You could have all the snow you want. You could have all the snow you want, Mayhem. Please take it.
I've actually got a mountain just near where I live that has snow in the wintertime, so I'm no stranger to snow.
We're gonna get this weekend.
It's like 35 degrees today and like stormy and humid. It's not very pleasant.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
So Retro, I seen earlier you was trying to use Fuzzbot.
Yeah, the rupees.
Working. Yeah, currently it's not working on my stream because it's out of date. But that brings me to something. Super Mayhem, have you ever used Fuzzbot?
No, I got no idea what that is.
Check it out.
It's fun.
It's a little client that helps entertain your chat. It's really cool. Like it gives them like a currency for watching your stream, and then they can bet that currency and play games with it in chat. It's all done.
Oh, that's wicked. I remember. I don't know if you guys.
I gotta update mine before it works.
We used to be on IRC. Have you ever heard of IRC? Internet Relay Chat. That was the old school chatting client. That used to have bots and stuff like that. So it's interesting to see history repeating itself. Like what was popular in the old internet days is coming to the new internet days. Like it's great to see.
Okay, so I gotta ask Maury. Maury says I subbed to him using 25,000 different user IDs. Are you talking about me? Because I don't have 25,000. I think you're talking about you. I think you just got Maury.
Awesome.
And then you got like a hint.
Maury, are you from Ohio too?
He says Ohio is for lovers. You like Hawthorne Heights? You into that emo music?
No.
No, I don't know who that is.
Houdini. I'm a big Beatles boy.
Beatles,
I love the Beatles
who doesn't love the Beatles? Yeah.
Of course,
I love the Beatles.
Ask Johnny Five. He's not a Beatles fan. Sorry.
Well, Johnny Five likes the Rolling Stones. So,
I bet you he likes the Beatles, but doesn't know it's the Beatles.
He calls them the Backstreet Boys of the 60s.
Oh, shit, that's what they were. Like the Backstreet Boys were bad. Come on.
I don't know. Backstreet's back. All right.
I'm sorry, the Beatles is way bigger than that.
I can see him like Mayhem right now with like 500 guys.
Let's be honest.
He's dancing along to the music.
I like to sing. What can I say? It's not often in tune, but I give it a go.
You're better than me.
Okay, so another question.
Crap.
What consoles do you physically own?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I got some good ones I came up with.
I got the NES. I got a Super NES. I got a Game Boy. I got a 64. I got a GameCube. I got a Wii.
You got a Wii? Yeah.
No, I've got to go to the toilet. Sorry, I'm terrible. No, and I guess I've kind of got a Wii U that I share with my brother.
Murray says Houdini needs to update his Windows 95.
Is that what you're running?
I'm just imagining,
but
right now
we'll go with that.
When he just said that, I'm imagining the opening to that Windows 95. Right?
Yeah. Okay. What games from your collection would you say you're most proud of? Like you're most proud of owning?
Yeah, definitely like the Mario 2 and 3 NES games, because I still got them in the box with like the booklets and that sort of thing. I used to have a good collection of 64 boxes, which I'm not sure where they are at the moment. So I'm hoping they didn't get this thrown out or something like that. But yeah, definitely the early NES ones, and especially like on the Game Boy, I got Kirby's Dream Land in box and everything, and I'm very proud of that one too.
That's impressive, man. What do you think? Did you hear about the Ultra Game Boy?
The Ultra Game Boy. What's it do? Something Ultra?
I forget who's making. I think it's Hyperkin is making a new Game Boy, and it's got like a metal aluminum casing, and it's got a rechargeable batteries, USB-C, and it takes the actual cartridges.
Oh, that's
it's just like
awesome.
it's just like a reissue of the Game Boy, and it's backlit and everything, and it plays Game Boy Color and Game Boy games.
That's cool. That's sick, man. I might have to get one of them.
Cool. I mean, Nintendo had a direct today. I'll probably ask you a little bit about that once I get done with my questions, but I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I haven't seen it yet. No.
Okay, so we kind of touched on this earlier, but I want to kind of go over it, see if we can. I know you went radio silent for a year here on YouTube. Do you care to tell us like why? What happened?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not ashamed about it or anything. I had a lot of trouble with my mental health. You know, I had I can give you the exclusive. I had what they call a psychotic episode where I pretty much went a bit nuts for about 3 weeks. And it's taken a long time to get back to where I am now. Like I've had a lot of depression and anxiety since then.
There's no shame in that. Me and my friend Nicole, we both have depression, and I got PTSD. So like, there's no shame in that.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed about it at all. I wish to help people more now. Like if anything, that have been through similar, situations. That's why I always say in chat, if anyone wants to talk to me personally or whatever, I try and make myself available. I mean, it's not always possible.
Yeah, man. I've noticed that about you. So I wanted to ask you another. Let's kind of touch on this since this kind of came up. Did you hear about Logan Paul and what he did on YouTube? The video he posted.
I heard there was a scandal, but I didn't give a shit at the time. But I don't know what he did. What did he do?
Well, he apparently went into the Ayokogahara forest in Japan, and that is what's known as the suicide forest in Japan. And he found a dead body, and he was poking and mocking and making fun of it, and just basically making a mockery of suicide and mental health.
Oh wow,
he posted that on YouTube. That's why he's under a lot of fire right now. I just simply say fuck Logan Paul, because I just found it so disrespectful. Man. I don't even care if it was a prank, if it was not like real body, it doesn't matter. Like just the fact that he did that.
Why would you joke about that? Like it's a pretty serious thing. Like it's pretty bad to get to that point. Like that you think your only option is to like take yourself out, so to speak. Like it's very sad. Like I don't know, just to give you an example, I was in the doctor yesterday and I saw a lady in distress, and I was sort of like, are you okay? It's my human duty almost, to sort of say, can I help you? You look like you're in distress kind of thing, like
I have went out and walked, I've walked home bare chested, before from helping somebody who didn't have nothing, just it's, who suffer from mental illnesses and have have had mental breakdowns, because I've had them in the past. I think we just don't want to see anybody else go through that.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, like I think that's talking about like my brand, Super Mayhem. That's what I try to embody, in the chat and stuff. Like just have a kind of I nearly said loving. It sounds really cliche. I was like, but like a kind of a really good. I tell
my sub base that I love them. I tell them, if you're a part of me and you come, you watch me, we're family.
Yeah, that's exactly it, man. Like because a lot of people don't have like a supporting mum or dad or sibling or they've like just been through hard times, and so sometimes they're just looking for a place to chill out that's happy, and they're not going to get bullied or whatever, like. Yeah, and so I say, send me your art, send me whatever.
Some people act like there's a problem for somebody seeking attention with because they're depressed. I mean, that's kind of. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's like Jesse. You know, what was he? The depressed Jesse?
Yeah, depressed Jesse.
Come
Yeah.
on, and he was always sad. Try, you know, I've noticed you try to lift him up, and I'm here trying to lift him up too. I was in chat always asking him like, what's wrong? What's wrong? You know, you come to my channel.
I got him to change his name to Super Jess.
Yeah, you got him to change his name, which is awesome.
It's just, you know, like an outlook, you know, like if you're trying to change to a positive outlook, you know, like that's a lot of life, I think.
It's
you
gonna
know, like
help you feel better.
Yeah.
If you have a positive outlook of yourself, you're gonna feel better. Like it took me forever to figure that out. I'm 28 years old. I was 27 before it fucking hit me that maybe I should be more optimistic. Maybe I should like what's good about me. You know,
yeah. Stop. So it sounds cliche again, but to stop and smell the roses. You know, like, and one of my friends actually, he does it every day. He gets up out of bed and he says, "I'm going to say 5 things that I'm positive about." You know, like it's like, well, I've got a comfy bed, I got a roof over my head. You know, like literally, you know,
I'm not sleeping under a bridge anymore. You know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like you got to be grateful for what you have, and yeah, I don't know. It's, you know, it can always be worse.
Absolutely. Okay. So another question: did you like the YouTube streaming service?
Do I like it? Yeah, it seems good. I mean, I did a bit on Twitch. Yeah, I've been on Twitch. And the other thing I found hard about Twitch was getting people across from YouTube to Twitch, which just made it harder for me, you know, like, so that's why I picked up the YouTube streaming, because I'm like, well, I've already got an audience here.
And I go to YouTube because on Twitch you have to have a big enough base and for quite a while before you can archive anything. Yeah, so if I stream something, it was just gone as soon as it was done. Jesse says, well, Murray says, yes, amen to that, Houdini, of course. Thank you. And Jesse says, I'm happy I know you guys. We're happy. I'm happy I know you, man.
I'm actually glad that Houdini, you introduced me to Mayhem. You know, he kind of like took me over.
Oh, yeah, man. Mayhem's just such a cool guy.
Thanks, Retro. I feel the love, bro.
Oh, I know. It's just funny when you're like somewhere and then, you know, a mistake happens. You're like, oh no, like that. You're like all freaked out. It's just really
like, what would you, Retro? What from watching Mayhem? What would you say his like catchphrases? What he said, like, just says,
or
the thing that he just doesn't realize. He says, like, me, it's, you know, what the fuck is that? That's my thing.
Me, it's basically either some bitch or you idiot. That's my phrases that I use.
Why? Mayhem, what would you say your phrase is?
Yours is Mayhem crawl.
It's usually an No, I don't know. I don't have a catchphrase. I gotta
Here's another question. I keep getting this because apparently, like, as far as like live streaming, we have a lot of the same people from your channel and my channel kind of going back and forth because I've sent people your way and you've done the same.
Yep.
Constantly have people like if I'm doing bad at a game, they'll say, you know, they'll start talking about the Mayhem crawl and they'll start talking about Houdini fails, you know.
The Mayhem crawl.
Houdini fails at Donkey Kong. What is the Mayhem crawl? I keep missing that.
It was in Mario 64. I couldn't walk straight on beams and stuff like that, so I literally crawled along the beams so I wouldn't fall off. And I said, "Hey, that's the Mayhem crawl."
We gotta do
it kind of stuck, you know, like.
Mayhem's catchphrase is "thump" from him falling in Mario 64.
Oh shit!
Either that or screaming. That's him.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to have fun.
Yeah. What do you think of what do you think of emulation versus like ports for newer games on Nintendo platforms?
like emulation versus like say the eShop or something like that. You're talking about?
Well, yeah, like what if a game is ported? It's usually on eShop. If it's emulated, it's on Virtual Console.
Oh, okay. I don't know the difference really.
You can't really tell the difference. Some people can really tell it. Like I can tell it, but it's not a big enough deal. Like there's usually like an input delay, but it's like 100 millisecond delay or something like that, where it's like 1/10 of a second.
You have a good night, Jesse.
Yeah. Is Jesse? Okay. Good night, Jesse. Thank you for stopping by.
See you, Jess.
Mayhem Crawl works like 25% of the time.
25% of the time, it works every time.
Yes, I'm gonna make this Jesse. I'm gonna make this a video afterwards. Yeah, what do you think about emulation versus the hardware?
As I would like to set up
versus
my actual consoles. I just haven't got the time. Well, I probably have got time to get like the proper cables for it. That's the only reason I do emulation most of the time. And then I usually emulate games I've got.
I do it just because I don't have the means to hook certain systems up.
If I was tech savvy, I would know how to do it. But me personally, I like the console and cartridges. See, you guys are.
Yeah, I do too. I prefer playing it on the hardware. I've always preferred hardware, but sometimes I just don't have that option.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are lucky because you have save states, and since Mayhem, I'm already challenged by. I'm challenged by Houdini to do the Kremling's Revenge. And they do make reproduction cartridges of it.
So, good luck, man. Good luck to do it.
So take out the nuts and bolts, Mayhem. I just got screwed because I have no save state.
Yeah, good luck with that,
Super
man.
Mayhem equals Fallout guy equals Fall Guy. You're the Fall Guy, apparently.
We're gonna have to make a
thing off that bender.
Crawl. Do the Mayhem crawl,
It works. You should try it, like.
What are your favorite kind of games? What genres do you like the most?
What was that? Sorry, man. The comic.
Okay, guys, start flooding us with questions. Start flooding with questions because I've just
questions.
That's my last question.
What was it, man? Sorry, about memes or something?
No, not memes, but what are your favorite kinds of games? Like what genres do you prefer?
Yeah, well, I guess I have to say platformers because that's mostly what I've played on live streams and what I grew up
and
with.
Adventure games for me, definitely.
Yeah, I like
the Zelda stuff.
I like first-person shooters as well. I don't really play them anymore, but
did you play Halo back in the day?
No, I did at a friend's house. Yeah, and I couldn't work the bloody Xbox controller. I was like, "Oh, what is this? This isn't a Nintendo."
Like the first Xbox controller was like huge,
Yeah,
and then they released a smaller one, and that's when they got it right. But
Pepsi or Coke.
Pepsi or Coke.
I just had
I got a Coke.
I just had a great idea, Mayhem. Great idea.
I say Pepsi.
Instead of the hustle, it's gonna be you doing the Mayhem, and then have you singing like It's gonna be perfect.
To the hustle. I sound like a.
Murray says platformers, the shoes.
Platformers, the shoes.
Thinking you're talking about the platformers, the shoes.
Yeah, well, I'm not that particularly tall, so maybe I need to get into the platformers.
Do you play any sports?
Murray asked, "What's your favorite color?"
Hang on, I'll answer retros first. I don't anymore. When I was younger, I played a lot of sport. I played cricket. I don't know if you guys know what that is. I played. It's a bit like baseball, but not really. It's the Aussie version of baseball, I call it.
Mm-hmm. I know what that is.
I played basketball, football. Soccer.
I played basketball when I was in elementary school.
American football.
And I played it all through my life. I just didn't play on the team after that.
I played Australian football. I did have a gridiron. I think that's a gridiron ball, what you throw. Yeah, I played soccer too. I played a lot of sports, man. I was a sports kid.
I loved soccer. I played it when I was young. I can't play it like today. I just don't have the.
I still play softball. It's still a fun game.
Energy.
Yeah, softball's a bit like baseball, isn't it? Just with a bigger ball.
Just slow pitch. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
slow.
Okay, yeah.
Well, it's a what it is it's a bigger ball and slower pitch. Like
That
Well,
that's
same
the
sort of
biggest
thing.
difference, isn't it?
well, there is a fast pitch league, but
I
I
was
ain't stepping in the box with some
never
of those girls. Hell no.
I was never much into baseball and all that. Like the sports, I was never much into. I liked basketball and soccer.
Well, you don't want to when you have an 0-16 winless football team like me.
So Murray's thinking that he spelt color wrong.
There's no crying.
So he asked the question again. He said, "Should I say color with a U?"
Yeah,
Yes.
What your favorite color is?
We spell it with a U, yeah, COLOUR.
I do it just to piss people off because in America we don't use
Yeah,
the U.
yeah. When it depends when I'm doing a lot of writing. It depends on my audience often. Like I'll usually spell favorite just with an O or something like that. It depends on my audience, you know. That's another passion of mine.
What's your favorite color? Like my favorite color is blue.
Blue's a good color. I like black. I know some people are going to say that's like a shade or something like that.
Well, black. I'm kind of dressed in black.
That's a creative color, they say. Creatives wear a lot of black.
We'll let you answer the question too, Retro.
I like black and red. Those are two of my favorites.
Yeah, black and red. Yeah,
I can't
I've got a little
see
black.
the color red. I don't know if I like the color red or not because I'm colorblind.
So how do you see that? What do you
color I can't see? It is like it looks pinkish. It's like real washed out.
Oh,
like
okay.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah, that's why I'm interested. You know, I understand it. I've had this theory
My
about
second favorite color is hot pink. I love the color hot pink.
Well, I might have to do a T-shirt because I just started merch. You know, like I might have to do a hot pink special just for you. See if I can get a T-shirt in that. I just thought of what do you guys think of this too? I may as well ask you while I've got you. I'm thinking about doing a T-shirt with Luigi on it, clapping, that says "I got the clap at Super Mayhem." Would that work well or not?
Maybe you could have him as like the interpretation of, like, remember the commercial of the clapper, clap on, clap off, and clapping.
Welcome back, Jesse. Jesse came back.
It's like you got an STD from Super Mayhem, you know, like you got the clap.
Something you have to live with for the rest of your life.
That's
stuck with it.
An STD from Mayhem. Jesus.
We hit that time in the interview, ladies and gentlemen.
Jesse asked, "Will Tim give me free merch?"
Maybe.
I could see you doing like an army colored one, like the camouflage of Super Mayhem.
Yeah, the like military fatigue sort of thing.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be sweet. I'm not sure. I've been working with this company, and they have I don't think they've got camouflage colored T-shirts. I'm not sure. I'll have to have a look. But yeah, that would be sweet. I'm thinking about doing a Luigi one anyway. In general, and sort of deal with it, Luigi.
Sweet
for all the player twos out there.
Well, player two.
I was a player too. My dad made sure of that. But you know, I got to play. My dad actually played games with me when I was younger.
Nope.
I think like with the Nintendo 64 came out, he didn't play with me as much, but he played the PlayStation with me.
Oh, that's
but like
cool,
that's when he just kind of like when it started going 3D, it was basically just racing games. That's all he wanted to play in 3D. Like he wasn't interested in anything else in 3D.
Did you have one of those? Did you have one of those dodgy Player 2 controllers? Like it wasn't an official
for the Nintendo
controller?
64, I did.
Yeah,
Nintendo 64, I did, and on the Sega Genesis, I did, and like my grandfather got me a actual 6-button controller for the Genesis. I had like 5 Genesis controllers by the time it was all done with. Playing with the crappy.
You had that many friends?
No, I mean, no. It's just, you know.
Damn, dude, that's more than me.
Because what happened is I had the normal controller that came with it, a generic off-brand one, and then they got me another 3-button controller, and then when the 6-button ones came out, I ended up, eventually I had 2 of them.
Well, at least you didn't rage and throw them on the ground to break them, so that's good.
I did. It's the Super Nintendo controllers that broke easy.
I'm
really sad. I don't have my Sega Genesis anymore. We called it a Mega Drive here, and I think I gave it to a friend or sold it to a friend, and I'm really sad I got rid of that console. So I have to get another one Monday.
What, the Genesis, the Mega Drive?
Yeah.
Bye, Johnny.
Yeah, that's definitely something you want to keep. Like, I would love to have a Sega Genesis. That's what we call it in the States.
Yeah, I had I love Sonic as well. Like, because back in the day there was this big Mario versus Sonic kind of rivalry.
on the recess.
Console Wars, yeah, exactly, man. Like, exactly retro, yeah. But I love both, Like, I actually want to get tattoos on my feet. One with a 1-up mushroom and one with like little Sonic shoes, so I can run faster.
Yeah, Sonic shoes.
I've actually wanted to get a shadow, you've ever played Street Fighter?
There's my tattoo.
Yeah. That's awesome.
My tattoo. It's a Triforce. It's got my daughter's initials in it. It's CJI. I want to get one on here. I want to get the dragon insignia from Skyrim, like the front of it. I want to get that on my right arm.
Man, you're pulling out the guns. The ladies will go crazy.
the only lady I'm interested in with the bed. So.
Oh, damn. Well, I got Carpe Diem on my back of my arm. I don't know if you can see that.
That's pretty cool, man.
Seize the day.
It's like the only names I'd put on me is my kids, our nieces and nephews and stuff, As far as like, I'll never, if I'm with somebody, I'm not putting their name on me because it's like bad luck. You do that and it just like, Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
Nintendo does what Nintendo what?
No, Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
Okay, yeah.
It was marketing back in the 90s. It was over here in the US because that's part of the marketing. But they only showed, it was only on like one commercial that they ever. But everybody knows it. Like, everybody knows that Sega did that.
Well, they had the blast. What's the sound called?
The blast processing is what they call it. They had a faster CPU. Which actually did benefit it, but like having a lower color palette for video, video processor.
Too bad, dog.
It kind of
lose Sega out of the water.
Well, Donkey Kong did. But like what I noticed is a lot of the third-party games between the Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo. A lot of times, like a lot of them would load up immediately on the Mega Drive, and they would have actual loading screens on the Super Nintendo, like 4 or 5 second loading screens, because the CPU was slower on the Super Nintendo. That's like that's the only thing that blast processing. When you're writing code and stuff, you have to account for, like, if you're writing code for a specific system, you have to account for the CPU, the graphics card, all these different
memory and all that sort of shit.
I will give Sega Genesis credit to one thing. Nintendo done messed up when it came to Mortal Kombat. If you ever play the first Mortal Kombat, Nintendo removed the blood out of the first one. Genesis kept it.
Wasn't there a blood code?
Murray says, how can we get Houdini to 100 subs already? Just spread the word, man. Spread the word. Tell people about it.
You must be close now.
I'll be making videos out of this interview. Send them to.
That's one of my favorite.
They can subscribe to all 3 of us.
Yeah, I like the
Retro loves Mortal Kombat.
There's actually an
3. Sorry,
Mortal Kombat 3. That's one of my favorites.
On the SNES, yeah.
There's an arcade up here by me called the 16-Bit Bar and Arcade, and all the games are free. They're all the arcades original. All the games are free. You just gotta buy the booze.
Yeah.
Hello,
that's
Beer
sweet,
Tristan.
It's not just beer. There's cocktails. There's different, other drinks and all that. So, but it's fun.
We've got a similar thing here, but the games are like $1 each. Like it's like classic arcade sort of thing. But and you got to buy the booze as well.
Beer Tristan says, "You guys look so pretty."
It's one guy in the brown.
I prefer Moses beard styles, but you cute beard looks better than it. I think he's talking about me, ain't he? Damn.
It's got to be. I'm definitely not the attractive one in this situation. So
I genetically cannot grow a beard, so I'm gonna look like a baby face through my whole life. So
you gotta just try, man. You just gotta go.
Save money on shaving products, you know. Save money on shaving products.
Toboggan Moses, yeah.
Very good.
Take my toboggan off. You can see my hair. I got hair underneath.
Perfect moment, man.
It is. I'm always wearing a toboggan because I don't like fooling with my hair. Because if I don't wear a toboggan, it'll get like this. And I like this, right? When I'm just like chilling,
that's why
doing something.
That's why I keep.
I'm doing something. I have to use my eyes. I have to, put my hair out of my.
You call beanies
face.
toboggans?
Beanies.
Yeah. Well. We call like back in the 90s, we called them beanies. Some people still call them beanies over here, but they're actually called toboggans in the marketing over here.
Oh, really? There you go.
That's what they call it. Rasta Houdini. Side is overrated, Murray said.
Hey, one man, it's Rasta Houdini man.
Jesse asked Retro, did Retro sub to me?
I'll go to your channel right now, Jess.
Go check out Jesse Animations. Toboggan in the south. I mean, that's where I'm at. The southeast.
I'm more of the northeast. So,
yeah,
Mayhem, we get what's called lake effect snow. So basically, when the cold air and stuff goes into the warm lake, that's how it's got to be cold outside enough. We can get probably a foot of snow, and then the next couple hours clear skies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, down here, yeah.
Really,
like the ground has to be so cold. Yeah, the ground has to be so cold for anything.
If the lake doesn't freeze, then we're gonna keep getting lake effect snow. But if it freezes, then it'll slow it down.
Far out. Yeah. I know. I was into
the only area catch in the northeast that gets called lake effect snow.
Okay.
What do you know about America?
What do I know about it?
What do you know about America? I just want to hear an outsider's opinion.
Houdini, he's probably smarter than most Americans that live in America.
America?
I don't know. Everyone I've met from America seems pretty cool, to be honest. Like either I've been very lucky or I don't know.
I think we're pretty cool people, but on the surface, but like the society as a whole, that's where the problem comes in. Because there's a lot of negatives to the society in America, but it also America's so big that the southeast is completely different from the northeast and the northwest and southwest, and there's like 20 different parts of America that have different cultures.
Yeah, I've heard that.
New York City, where there's 100 different cultures in one city.
One of my good friends traveled all over America, and he said something very similar. He said it was weird going from state to state. It was quite different compared to the previous states and stuff like that. So Australia is not really that different. I've been to a few different states, and it's the same shit, different bucket. So
a lot of Australia's pretty similar.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been all around Australia, so I can't speak so much about.
America's just, I think, outside. Yeah. There's so many different there's just so many different. You have like different weather, different landscapes. You have flat parts of America, mountainous parts. Yeah, there's a desert in America, in the U.S. So, because of all of that, you have different cultures. It's not it's not all mountains. It's not all flats. Yeah, it's a melting pot. It always has been.
Well, it might be over boiling right now, but that's another story.
I think it is, but
well, I don't know. As an Australian, I'm quite envious of your government in a sense. Like you guys had the separation from England and all that. So you had that war, and I'm very envious of your documents, like the Declaration of Independence and that sort
written
of
by
thing.
Thomas Edison, not Edison, Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, Edison.
Probably,
good job, Houdini. He invented the Constitution too, along with the website.
What a man! He did it all.
I'm Thomas Edison.
That's something else about Americans. Most foreigners in our country know more about our history than we do. I'm a history buff.
That's
I'm
sad.
just, I'm tired. That is sad that like Mexicans and stuff who come into this country, a lot of them know more because they are expected to learn so much more just to be in this country, just to have a green card.
It's funny. People know I call them idiots. A lot of Americans that I know are idiots. Not you, dude. You're a cool cat. That a lot of people, but
I'm smarter than the average bear.
Thank you. Yeah, no. These ones, people go around, they'll go, who's the leader of North Korea? Who's the leader of North Korea? They don't know. But yet,
Kim Jong-un.
I know, but then they say, who just got pregnant? Oh, that's Kim Kardashian. How the hell do they
we know more about like these
idiotic celebrities that don't even deserve the spotlight.
Well, that's like Logan Paul got like 85,000 new subscribers after he did that video.
Wow.
It's funny.
That's all America. That's just the United States. That's not the rest of the world.
I'm sorry, but if you don't know your own country's history, even just the slightest bit, get the hell out of here.
Murray says Houdini invented the interwebs.
Yeah.
That's the story.
Houdini invented the floppy disk.
Houdini, or how did the name Houdini come about?
I just honestly, I was YouTube because I didn't want to like put a whole bunch of gaming stuff on my music channel. So when I went to create a new YouTube, I decided that I didn't want to use my name, and I've never been one for nicknames. Like the only nicknames I've ever had was family calls me Buddy because I'm a junior,
Short stuff.
And a lot of people, when I was in high school, they called me Eddie Roach because I smoked weed back then, and I would take the roaches out of ashtrays. It was funny, but I didn't want to use my real name.
The truth
I didn't want to use
out.
my real name, so I was just like, it just hit me. I was like, Houdini Fontmeister was just like this weird sounding thing, and I just decided to put it down as my YouTube name when I created this channel. And I've had several people tell me it's a catchy name. It's a good name.
It's a good name, man. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just shocked my name didn't get taken out of all the people that are retro out there. And I was born in 1991, so yeah, I'm a millennial, and I want everything to me. I like selfies and stuff. No, I'm a hardworking blue collar man. I just I'm not one of those idiotic millennials out there that think they.
I'm a geek. I'm a nerdy. I am a Nintendo and Sony fanboy. I don't know. I probably like Nintendo more, but I've always been into like the Japanese video gaming stuff, and I like music. I'm a music nerd.
Yeah, that's a good thing to get into, though, man. I used to play a lot of guitar. I got a guitar YouTube channel as well. I think I showed you one day, maybe.
Yeah.
Did I show you? Yeah.
I don't think you did, but
I tried picking up guitar, but I can hear. I can play a little bit, but I'm not like an Eddie Van Halen. I'm more of a percussion.
Yeah, playing the triangle.
The triangle, yeah.
I'm not any Hendrix or anything.
Yeah, I love Jimi Hendrix. My dad plays a lot of Hendrix stuff.
He's one of my biggest inspirations. See, you have to be more American than Americans.
What does that mean? More retro equals SRV.
SRV.
That's what it says.
SNES Junkie. Houdini equals the username that will never disappear.
I know he's got a magic white sheet behind him. He might be pulling a rabbit out of there or something.
So how many games do you have, Mayhem? Like, are you actual a collector? Because I have over about 264 games I'm collecting. So.
Oh wow, that's awesome, man. Yeah.
I was collecting, but like I stopped. Like I got my collection up to about like 35, and then I just needed a bunch of money, so I had to sell.
Ah,
a bunch
that
of my stuff,
hurts.
but it was all Super Nintendo games. But it was only like
I've-
35 games. Now I'm down to 3.
Oh, that's crap, man.
But
Well,
I would rather have a Super Everdrive, honestly.
I just bought the another color N64 system, the smoke colored.
Oh, really? I didn't even know they made a smoke one.
You need
They
to
got-
give
they
me
got
one
jungle-
of them
You gotta
64s.
get with the times, man. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm
have-
not really a collector. I don't actively collect.
I love
They got
the
like
easy
they
stuff.
got like they got like 6 or 7 different colors. They got the watermelon color, which is like a pink, an ice blue, fire orange, and a jungle green. Which Eddie, I know, or I'm sorry,
Murray, are
Houdini.
you talking about my guitar? My little pink Telecaster. He said I sold all my SNES games to get a pink Telecaster, a pink Telly.
A pink first act.
First act, a little guitar. I've had that for about 2 years, 2.5 years. I got it for my daughter so that she could grow into it. She plays around with it. She's doing
Your
better,
guitar,
by the way.
not
if
your
you're-
daughter's.
Not young,
They keep
Houdini.
saying it's mine, but
And so you've got a telly, have you, actually? Because we've only got Strats here. Stratocasters.
Strats is what Fender Strats where it's at. I have an Ibanez RG back here.
I got a Fender Squire.
I don't have a Telecaster.
Yeah,
so-
I've got a Squire too.
I haven't
It's actually
played
behind
one.
me somewhere.
I'm pretty
My-
rusty, but
My guitar is a electric blue guitar, Murray. RG, it's an RG 320DX.
I would want a Rickenbacker guitar. If I ever found one for a good price, I would buy it. But good luck.
The Les Paul and the I gotta get me a Fender like Kendrick's had one day.
Yeah, I think I told you I've got one in the family. Like a proper
You
Strat.
said your dad,
Yeah. I'll have to get
that's
some pictures
fucking-
next time I see him.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Well, if I ever get a drum
Yes,
set,
I like the color.
if I do ever get a drum set, I'd want a Ludwig, just like Ringo Starr of the Beatles. It'd be so cool. And I know Ludwig's such a great. It's a great product. It's a great company.
I've only ever played on. No, I did play on a real drum kit once or twice. But we got my brother's got an electric one that you can like change all the drum sounds and stuff.
That's cool.
It's not quite the same feeling though as a proper drum kit, like
The most drums I've ever played is on Rock Band.
Are you sure it wasn't Donkey Konga?
I played that too.
With the bongos.
But like with Rock Band, what was cool about it is if you put it on the hardest setting, you were getting pretty close. Now it's like different positions because it's all flat, but
Well, I didn't want to play these two girls that were friends at the time because I had rhythm. They didn't want to play with me, and they go, "You have rhythm. Why should I, play with you?"
I got pretty damn good at it, Also, I use Ableton Live to create like drum tracks in Fruity Loops or FL Studio. I have
Fruity
FL
Loops?
Studio 12.5. I use it drum tracks and stuff. But my cousin provided all the drums for my album.
Oh, that's awesome. I was going to ask you about your drums because I'm talking about my music. My last song that I wrote, I ended up just doing like a 4/4 drum beat and looped it because I couldn't keep a steady drum.
Well, with my live stuff, like my rock music, it was like there's 2 songs on my album that I created using FL Studio to create the track. So they're digital, but the rest of it was live drums that my cousin who lives in Massachusetts recorded and sent over.
Awesome.
What we did was we did the metronome to get the timing, to have it set to a certain time signature. And then
that's awesome.
listen to the demos and he'd do the track instruments over it.
You got to see Maury's question.
Oh, wait, let me look. Murray says, what is up with the Bugs Bunny onesie behind Mayhem?
Oh my god!
Talk to us, Mayhem.
That's actually an elephant costume.
What the
An
hell are you
elephant
doing with
onesie.
an elephant costume? Are you a Republican or something, or what?
I think I went to a onesie camping party.
Yes, Jesse, you are cool.
And I needed to have a costume, and so I got it. I think I've done a video in it actually. I can't remember. I did something with it on
Well,
either a video or something. I don't know.
That explains the elephant in the room.
Zing.
It's better than KC3. Right?
I love props, you know, like I love collecting hats and stuff. Like got a big bag of hats and like a pipe and all kinds of little things, you know, that I try to incorporate into my videos.
Murray wants to know: are you trying to improve your memory with that costume?
Oh, because it helps. Yeah,
it helps and never forgets.
Yeah, it's probably true.
Houdini, he's Elephant the Elephant.
Is that an American thing?
It was a little kids game. Like, these butterflies come out of the trunk, and you got to catch it in the little like.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's an American thing.
It was some crappy like plastic thing that ran on batteries.
It's a toy. It's like a board game like toy.
Oh, does it shoot butterflies or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we had that here too. We might have, yeah.
So Mayhem, I got a question. So you streamed one of my favorite games, you know, the Donkey Kong Country. You streamed it and you played all the way through it. I ended up missing every single one of those streams.
Yeah.
Because when that happened, I had my daughter here with me, and she had her seizure, and she, you know, I had to give her CPR. I had to pull her out of the tub and give her CPR out of the hospital, and dealing with DFACS, which is Children's Services, and investigators and police, and just a whole mess. So I completely missed all of that.
That's crap, man. I'm really sorry about all that. I know I sent you a message on Facebook.
My daughter's alive. They're doing an MRI in a couple of weeks to see if it's something that will happen again, or if it was just caused by. See, she has the flu, so they're thinking the flu caused her fever to spike. She went from normal to 102 within seconds.
Wow.
In the tub, and then she had 2 more seizures on the air because they had to airlift her to the hospital in Atlanta. So. And she had 2 more, and I couldn't even go straight there. I had, you know, I was calling my baby mama, telling her, go to the hospital. She's going to be there by herself. You know, because they wouldn't let me leave until they did like a full investigation. o'clock in the morning, the seizure did, and I didn't get to leave to go to the hospital. I didn't get to the hospital until after 5 p.m.
Oh, really? So what were they questioning about? Like, were they suggesting you caused it or something?
They thought that I might have caused this, or, you know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
A case of abuse.
That's shit, man. If you ever need a character witness, let me know.
They cleared me. It's just, you know, it was stressful. But she's doing better, and you know, but that's why I ended up missing like your Donkey Kong Country runs. I wanted to know, will you do Donkey Kong Country 2?
Will I do it? Yeah, I can't see why not. I was messing around a little bit with GoldenEye 007 to see if that would work on and the sound was a little bit shitty, so I'm not sure if I'll do GoldenEye.
Emulation's hard on rare games. Any of the rare games on a Nintendo 64, you're gonna have trouble with.
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to tell you on chat with like Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie and stuff like that. You really want to play that on hardware. Like
cartridges,
like Banjo-Kazooie. I play it on the 360 because I have tried it on the emulator for capturing footage, and it runs like garbage. Like there's just like the frame rate's poor. The sound is the biggest problem.
Yeah, I noticed the sound. Like
Lori's comment.
Well, it's like Donkey Kong 64. The sound is so off. Like with the DK rap, like it will be so much further on in the song than the lyrics at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, that's a shame because I wanted to play that one too.
Audio is completely shot. That's all of the rare games.
I'll have to get a thing for my 64 so I can put it through my capture card and see if I can get it going.
Yeah. Well, they have actually little converters that will allow you to convert AV and component type signals into an HDMI.
Yeah, that would be handy.
Signal.
Yeah, I can do.
It's like 20. You should be able to get one for like $22-$23, which is probably like $5 Australian dollars. I don't know. Probably more. Than
Other way around, it'll be like 40 Australian.
Probably like 50, 60. Isn't Australian dollar stronger? I don't know.
No,
I don't
American.
know what they're called. Superman.
Hey, Matthew Coppell. Thank you for stopping by.
Hey, Matthew, how you doing, bro?
I like Maury's comment. It says Super Mayhem gets pinched in the bum in DKC 2.
Really?
No, but I'm glad I helped you with some of the stuff with like Super Mario 64.
Matthew says now I need Tim for Millionaire Live, and that sucks about your daughter, man. Yeah, she seems to be doing better though. Chris Strauss says, "Hey Houdini, who had a seizure?" Yeah, my daughter had a seizure. Had 3 seizures. They were like the grand mal seizures. They weren't like she weren't like shaking all over the place. It's just her eyes rolled back and she wasn't responsive.
That wasn't mine.
Yeah. Retro answered him and said his daughter, what kind of seizure? Grand mal. He had a grand mal. We're not thinking that she's prone to it. We don't think that's something that she'll have again. We're thinking it's the flu caused it. It was just too high. Murray says, what? Holy cow, dude, that's messed up. Yeah. Super Mayhem gets pinched in the bum in DKC2.
That's what I say.
Grand mal. It wasn't full body.
I want to see Mayhem do like a 100% completion on one of these games.
Good luck.
Who, Mayhem?
Maybe like,
yeah.
I did 102%. I did 102% on DKC2.
The fastest I did on DKC1 was 1 hour and 7 minutes, 101.
Far out. You guys are pros. I can't keep up with you guys.
Well, I just saw you.
So Super Mayhem, all I'm asking you to do with DKC2 is a true ending, which means you run through the game. Which means you run through the game, beat it normally, and then you go play all the lost levels. Now, the good thing about this is I'm not asking you to get all the bonuses and 102%, because you can do a cheat to get all the cream coins.
I sent him a vid on that. I sent you a vid.
Yeah, I think Retro sent me a video. Yeah.
Yeah, check it out. True ending, though. So there'll be 2 endings that you see.
Okay, I'll give it a try. I mean, I'm going to need you guys' help.
I just saw you suffer with the fire and that Rainbow Ride one.
He said it took you 5 streams for DKC1. It might take you 7 or 8 for DKC2. It shouldn't take you that long.
Yeah. Well, if I use save states, hopefully I can get through it.
Oh yeah. It really don't get too bad until about halfway through the game. The difficulty balance is way better in the second game. The first game is just easy for the first 3 worlds, and then you get hit with the damn.
Yeah.
Like that's insane. The difficulty spikes. The second game doesn't do that.
It would have been easier
if
chat was like open to everyone talking that way. I could have explained to you, like in the first DKC, there are warp barrels, not just like the couple. There's like 7 or 8 of them.
There's like, to help you. There's 7. Was it? There's 7 warp barrels, and then there's several shortcut barrels that will blast you through.
Yeah, I showed him the snow barrel one. I showed him that one.
I remember as a kid there were plenty more than I on the stream.
Yeah, Murray wants to know, do you say quid in Australia?
Quid? No, that's an English term.
That's a British thing, right? The English.
Yeah, British.
Chris Stroud, hey Houdini, check out my video. It's Zelda remade Hyrule Castle. You mean Hyrule Castle? Yeah, man, I'll go check that out, definitely. Murray says, how about a 1% completion? I don't think that's possible, Murray. Unless you just say, fuck this and give up.
Kremlin's Revenge.
You know?
I would love to see just maybe the first 3 levels of Kremlin's Revenge with Mayhem, just to see him at that game.
You're trying to make me cry.
I recommend Capra.
No, not cry, but just
to the doctors, Chris. Me and my ex are gonna listen to the doctors when it comes to my daughter. if it's found in the MRI that she's prone to have more seizures, then and they suggest medication, we will multiple multiple opinions on it, but whatever it takes to keep my daughter from having seizures.
No, we're not lizards, Jesse.
Speak for yourself.
I'm not a lizard.
That.
I might be a crumling. But
I had a friend with epilepsy.
I'm fucking great. I'm a fucking great crusher.
Oh my god! You should have seen him. You should have seen him. Oh my god, with that section, it was just bad. I mean, I was actually scared first when he raged a few times. I thought like, oh god, it's my fault. I recommended him with that stupid game, and I know I'm still waiting for it in the mail. It's coming from Hong Kong, so I'm still waiting for it.
I'll have to see.
So Matthew says, "Hey man, if you need something for your kids or yourself, please let me know." Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Matthew's an awesome guy. He really is.
I don't really try to ask for much.
Maury says I'm a brick house.
Retro is not a lizard. He is a brick house.
Hey Maury, I
have grandma seizures and I took many different kinds and Keppra was the only thing that worked. Yeah, it's kind of like mental illness does that too, like with depression and bipolar. Like some medications, everybody has that medicine that works for them. For me, it's called marijuana.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say that about epilepsy, man. Like my mate had epilepsy and he reckoned the pot, basically cured it. So I don't know if he
pot.
Yeah, like
pot
weed.
Helps like. The pot seems to work for damn near everyone too. So I don't understand why it's still illegal over here.
Yeah, well, you guys are a lot closer, I think, than we are to having it legalized.
Yeah, well, they have something. They have a special kind of oil. I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically like a liquid form of marijuana, without all of the hallucinogens and
THC in it or whatever, yeah.
CBD oil. I think it's called CBD oil, but that's legal.
Yep.
And I use that in my vape. I vape that, and that keeps me, happy.
Like Pharrell Williams.
It keeps me good,
I like how
well, if it works, man. It's all natural.
Frosted Flakes.
Maury, I got an answer for you. I'm about 6 feet tall and over 300 pounds. If you want to say that, come to my face and say that. We'll have a conversation on it. No,
Jesse has a lot of panic attacks. Jesse, I've had a lot of panic attacks. I've not had a panic attack in 6 months since I've started doing CBD oil. Since I've started, awesome. It's basically just weed, smoking it. I'm vaping it. That's the only thing that stopped my panic attacks. It's the only thing that stopped my PTSD flashbacks. Look into it. It's expensive, though.
Now, Mayhem, I know you might think that America is always a lot of obese people here, but we're like the 16th.
Just most of us.
Most of us are all over. Round is considered a shape over here.
The CBD oil is legal everywhere, Chris, but CBD oil is actually Georgia tried to make CBD oil not legal. They tried to put it behind a medical card.
I'll have more W's.
And they passed it in the fucking Georgia House Congress, and then it never went past that. The Georgia Senate wouldn't pass it. Like they knew that if they did that, it would cause outrage.
I think medically it's illegal in Ohio, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
It's legal in like 30-something states, isn't it?
Because only like 5-6 years ago, gambling casinos were not legal in Ohio. They couldn't gamble.
There's only like 21 states that it's even illegal in. And most states either have it's either medically legal or recreational. In Georgia, it's illegal, period. They will give marijuana, a pill form of marijuana, if you're on your fucking deathbed.
Hey, everything
That's
is
pretty
better.
bad, isn't it?
In peace. That's the only time they'll give it to you. It can cure all these diseases, and they just won't give it to you unless you're dying. In
You gotta
Georgia,
think if you're in your deathbed, they'll give
that's
you
the
one of these
medical. That's medical marijuana in Georgia.
I'm dying every day.
They're trying to say, "Oh, it's legal here." No.
Every day we lose.
Bullshit.
Every end of the day, you're already dead one day. So why not?
I'm just saying, why not prevent the shit? But
I say legalize and tax it. Put the money back
legalize
into
and tax
education.
it. You'll bring it.
You know what,
Colorado
Mayhem?
brought in all kinds of money when they made it recreational. It's got like a 25% tax rate, and it's still cheaper than than buying it off the street. It's still cheaper to buy it legally than it was to buy it off the street, and they make so much money from tax revenue.
You'll like this, actually.
Colorado was sending money back to people during tax season. They were sending money back to people because of the taxes they were collecting.
That makes it a lot less dangerous, you know. You think like some old grandma with cancer or something, you know, she wants a bit of a puff, you know, doesn't want to have to go down some dark alley, you know, like and deal with some shady bastard.
Exactly.
You know?
Like I've always said that marijuana is not the gateway drug. The drug dealer is. The drug dealer is the gateway. They're the ones that people. They're the ones that lace the marijuana. They're the ones that want people to smoke the harder stuff because they're going to buy more of it than they are marijuana, and that stuff costs more.
Hey, that Girl Scout in Colorado was a genius. This Girl Scout Mayhem, she set up her little shop for Girl Scout cookies next to a pot stand or a pot store.
Yeah, I heard
about $1,000.
That's classic.
How come I can't think of something like that?
Murray said
$1,000
good night.
doing something like that, you know.
So good night, Murray. Thank you for stopping by.
I'm coming for you, Murray. Just kidding.
I'll keep that in mind.
Who's Jesse talking to?
Legalize it here.
So are there a lot of like tall? Are there a lot of like tall people in Australia, or short, or?
Your mom had cancer, Jesse?
It's a mix, man. Like
Is your mother with us still, Jesse?
I know,
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Tall, short, and everything. Some places you do.
Fat in Australia, or is that just an American thing?
What was that? Sorry,
wow, way to be rude.
What?
What was that? Sorry, man, I missed it.
He said, "Are people fat?"
I said, "Are
I'm
people
jeez
fat in Australia, or is that just an American thing?"
Oh no, where I don't know. Yeah,
oh, she's still with us. That's good. I hope she gets better, man.
There's a mix, a healthy mix of skinny and fat, I'd say. But obesity is becoming more and more of a problem over here.
Too many kangaroo.
Obesity's become quite a problem over
Too
here.
Many kangaroo burgers. Too many McDonald's McBurgers.
Too much kangaroo meat.
Do they sell kangaroo burgers at McDonald's?
No, they don't.
Ah, damn. That would be badass, man. I would.
They should. They've had a nice burger or something.
I would reckon it's probably like deer meat over here.
Oh, venison.
Like you can go buy deer meat at certain places, but
I've had venison before.
Deer meat.
It's different to venison. It tastes different than venison.
I mean, I've had alligator before.
Yeah,
just like chicken.
I'm just saying, it's probably the closest thing we can relate it to over here.
Yeah, I don't know
because we don't have kangaroos. Hey, I had one more question for you, Mayhem. Have you ever met Crash Bandicoot?
Have I ever met him?
Bandicoot? Aren't bandicoots Australian? Or am I thinking of a different?
He's probably met the he's probably met the Tasmanian devil. Do they spin in circles a lot, over there? Everything?
They're very cute. I've seen one in the zoo.
I could just see one with like next to Bugs Bunny with a dynamite like sticking in his mouth.
I don't know if we have bandicoots. I don't think so. I don't know if we have bandicoots.
What country is it that has that?
I don't know, maybe Japan or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought that was pretty good with the Tasmanian devil, but
Yeah, that was pretty good.
now, do you one of
You're on
those
it,
that say like shrimp on the barbie a lot? You know, I know a lot of Australian people say that.
You know what? I don't
How's
think
it
I've
feel
ever
to be
had a
down
shrimp on a
under?
barbecue. I don't think I've ever had a shrimp
We're just picking on you, man. But it's good that we get to understand your culture. If you have questions for us about America, it's
Yeah,
He
no,
said,
open. It's
Jesse says, I hate life a little
it's,
more with you guys.
it's an open field.
I
What do you
know.
mean you
I
hate
have
life a
friends
little
who've been to
more?
America.
You mean a little less?
I mean, do you guys drive on the left or the right side?
On the left. Yeah, where
Oh
Sam is.
man, that feels so weird.
Yeah. I can appreciate that. I think I've thought about driving.
Yeah, retro. Most of the we are the weird ones.
The
U.S. is the weird one
because we're the most ignorant.
Most of the world drives on the left side. We drive on the right.
We got on the right.
We're the
Convert
weird
to the
ones.
metric system too, you crazy guys.
No,
Yeah,
we don't have the metric system.
I use the metric system. Thank you very much.
No,
I do.
Don't fucking lie.
I only do.
What can I say? That's what they teach us.
If I'm fixing a small engine like a
It's just we don't use it in
if I'm fixing a small Honda engine or something like that, of course they're all 4 millimeters.
Oh yeah,
if it's a Briggs and Stratton.
Tools are all in metric.
No, not all tools.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we have standard,
Most of them,
3/8, 5/16, and all that. But yeah, anything else is millimeters and kilometers and all that other stuff.
But yeah, a lot of the millimeter metrics and stuff can line up with the quarter inches and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind using the metric system once in a while, but when my parents were in the school, they drilled them. Know your metrics. You're going to need this in life. No, you're not.
Chris, I'll go check your video out later after this.
I know how many grams.
I know what it's like to spend hours. I'm sorry, Chris. I know what it's like to spend hours on a video and be really excited to see what people think of it. I do that with every video I put out. I do that.
But we don't say gallons. I'm sorry. We say gallons. You probably say liters or petrol over there. Or is that?
Yeah, we say liters. Yeah, and it's petrol. Yeah.
Petrol. Yeah, we say gasoline. I can say fuel.
Petrol. I'm going to say that next time I'm going to get gas.
It could say diesel.
Petrol in my car.
Petrol. It's like, what are you here for? Here, I need 10 on the petrol.
They probably look at you like, what the fuck?
Pump 10.
If you go to England, their cigarettes are called fags. Their cigarettes are called fags. Can I bum a fag off you?
Yeah, I say fag sometimes. Like a cigarette,
Cigarette, bum a fag.
Yeah, if you come to America, be careful about saying that.
Be very careful. You may get your.
I'm just saying.
You may get your ass whipped.
I don't know. They hear your accent. They probably won't care. They hear your accent. They'll probably be like, he's talking about a cigarette. But
and
they hear me and they're like, he's Southern. He's not talking about a cigarette. I grew up in the South.
You guys know that when I change my mind, life is better with you guys. Thanks, guys. You're welcome, Jesse.
Jesse says, "I will never be as good as you guys." No, man, you'll be right up there with us one day. And yourself,
Jesse. I'm not even that popular on YouTube, buddy. I'm just one of those that just.
How many subs do you got right now, Retro? I've been trying to send people your way, but
28.
Huh?
It's a good start, man.
That's not too bad. Not too bad.
I think I got 83, unless some people subscribe to me this stream. My friend Nicole, she had like 5 just a couple of days ago, and then she did a stream with me, and it shot up to like 13. It's probably went up a little more now, 15 now, in just like 2 days. But that was kind of I'm like sending people her way. I'm like, go check her out. I actually posted a video. I don't know if you've seen it, Super Mayhem. Me and her did a podcast the other day, and I posted a video with like excerpts from it, and we were talking about relationships and stuff.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to watch it. I'll have a look.
I'll eventually. I know I'm not streaming right now. It's because I buy crappy computers apparently because I'm not tech savvy. So I went to Best Buy. I did buy and Houdini's jealous of this. I found a Super Nintendo Classic, one of those mini ones. I'm like, oh my god, they have it! They have it! So I did find a gaming tower that once my tax returns do come, I'm gonna buy it. So probably another month.
Sounds cool, man. So you're gonna stream as well and stuff, or you make videos on it? Or?
I have 2 videos already. I streamed, but I do have an Elgato capture card. So what I do is I have from the system to the TV with splitters to the computer.
He just don't know how to get it to work right on his computer.
It tells me it's not producing 30 frames a second.
And he's sent me his specs for his computer, and his computer should easily do 30.
That's
weird. His computer should easily do 60 at 480p.
I hate computers.
Honestly. His internet would be his only bottleneck.
Yeah, it could be the net, or I don't know. Some computers are weird,
he can't even get the picture to come through, so I'm thinking that some of the settings got messed up on OBS.
OBS, like if I put OBS on, you can hear the sound, you can hear me, but there's no picture. But with the game capture, it says cannot. I can get picture and everything, but it says cannot render 30 frames a second.
Well, you know what that sounds like to me, and I know this because I have the same problem with my cheap ass capture card. Is just like the yellow, white, red, and then it has an S video. Well, it defaults to S video. So I have to go into the crossbar underneath settings for the video capture device and change it from the S video plug to the component plug for it to even show up.
Have you tried
otherwise it would just be a black screen and then you just get the audio and that's all you get.
Have you tried using the actual Elgato software, Retro?
Try the Elgato software.
Yeah, I downloaded it and everything for my computer.
Did you run it?
Yeah, I ran it.
And use it instead of OBS.
When I turn on the Elgato game capture, turn the what the frick is it? My system. It says please wait, loading, and it'll come on normally. But when I try to live stream it, it just says cannot render 30 frames a second. But if I do it without live streaming, it's
go to your. Perfect. Do you have your settings to run from? Okay, do you have your screen set at 720p and then downscale to 480p?
I think so. And sometimes they'll say check your resolution.
I'm gonna do some screen captures of my settings on my OBS. What works? And send them to you because your computer is not that much weaker than mine. The only difference is
it's a 4 gig. It's got a 4 gig 250 RAM. It's got
4 gigs. I have 8 gigs. That's the only difference. OBS doesn't ever use more than like a gig and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So
if I use OBS, I get no picture.
My settings, and I want you to set yours up with my settings exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And try streaming with it once you get your videos run through.
So I would love to do a DK. I'm almost done with.
I think if you set the settings just right, it work.
I have a challenge for you, actually, Mayhem.
Yeah.
Oh.
I want you to do DKC3, and you have to type in. It's a code TUFST.
What's it do?
Toughest. No DK barrels. No halfway barrels.
Oh, you're killing me. I'm not very good at DKC 3 because I never owned it. I only rented it.
I'm not very good at DKC 3 because it's hard.
You start with both cards.
It's a hard game.
Okay, well, maybe that's a little too hard for him.
There'll be lots of fails.
Yeah, I mean, I did it once. I'm like, oh my god, when we're all the way through. But
yeah, everybody goes up to Matthew. He's got a really good channel.
Matthew Quibel?
Yeah, Quibel. Matthew Quibel.
Okay, Quibel. Okay,
we're working on a collaboration, actually, me and Matthew.
Me and you are supposed to be working on a collaboration, but I've been slacking.
Yeah, what's going on, man? We gotta get that pumping.
I just had so much shit going on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's cool.
I'm working. I'm getting on it though.
Well, I'm glad you
my
went
docs and I got to go pull up the document with all the facts. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to record I'm going to do this, and I'm going to record me telling the facts. And then I'm going to go get all the stuff to kind of overlay an impressive video.
Well, I'm glad you.
And then I'm going to try to send a lot of it to you. I guess use OneDrive or something to send all the files, or Google Drive.
Yeah, we'll work something out. There should be a way we can transfer it. Even if we, I was going to say we could upload your video bits to YouTube and I'll just download them or something, and
you could just go
something like that.
Well, I mean, I can upload it to OneDrive and send you and share a link with you that lets you just download it straight from OneDrive.
Yeah, that'd be sick, man.
Get the source file. So you get the source file. It's not graded or degraded from YouTube when it does its post processing.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
Did you like our top 10 hardest DK list?
That's one of my best. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that video.
Yeah, I did, yeah. I enjoyed that actually a lot. I thought it was good.
My favorite part is definitely when I said about Ramby not goddamn exist like that.
You like how I did the shaking? Yeah, that took a while.
I'm pissed about that game. Why do they not keep Ramby in that game? That is my favorite part of that video, though. But
I did the screen shake twice, and that, man, figuring out how to do that was a pain in the ass. But
yeah, you can do it in After Effects quite easy. You can like put it in
I see. I just now got like all of the Adobe stuff because of somebody who is fucking amazing. That my soulmate. Because of them, I got Adobe. Like I got Photoshop, After Effects, Premiere, just all of it.
That's awesome.
And the thing, all I've got to do now is learn how the fuck to use it.
yeah, that's half the more than half the battle.
I've got used to what I've been using, so now I have to go and relearn this new, suite. Because I know with Adobe, like a lot of the stuff I do in the program I have been using, different programs. So
yeah, it's a totally different feel. And,
what other rare games have you played? What other rare games have you played?
I tried to play Conker's Bad Fur Day, and I was on an emulator there, and it didn't work properly for me. Again, I guess it's a rare. Oh no, actually, I played it on. Oh, what did I play it on? I can't remember, but it didn't work very well. But I've played, obviously the Donkey Kongs, GoldenEye. Well, have you got light up sneakers?
What? Yeah, I got light up sneakers.
Light up sneakers.
Wow, that's awesome.
Hold on. You see it? Got the different colors. And they rechargeable. Rechargeable.
Really?
You see this? Yeah, it's like an Android charger. It's like an Android charger. The charger for yeah.
So you've never
pretty cool.
You've never played Banjo-Kazooie or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, I hired it and a friend had it, but I never owned it, so
they're fun games.
Yeah, I enjoyed it when I played it, yeah. And I like is Diddy Kong Racing a rare game?
Yes.
Yeah, that I've got as well, on 64.
There's another one called Blast Core. I don't know if you ever heard of that one.
Is that with the robots?
I've heard of it. It's one of the least.
It's one of the, like the first. It's not as popular. But what you do is you gotta like destroy.
It's like the first game they released for the 64, isn't it?
Something like that. Yeah, it's basically you have like this nuclear warhead like going through town, and you can't let anything touch it. You gotta destroy buildings, and you get money for it. It's a pretty fun game.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing it like at the like old video stores and stuff like that. But I don't know if I ever played that one.
I've never played. I've never.
Thank you, man. I will check your video out. You have a good night. Go clean your nasty ass off. I guess he's going to take a shower. Thank you for joining, man.
I've never played.
I'm definitely going to check that out.
Or Perfect Dark. I've never played those. I've never even played GoldenEye actually.
Oh really?
Here's my
Perfect Dark. I played a bit of too.
I've never. You know what? I've never played any Zelda games before either.
Yeah, and it's a blasphemous, man.
Blasphemous?
That's not right.
I really like the first Zelda on the NES, which I only played.
Link to the Past. The Super Nintendo one, that's the best one.
Yeah, I never played the SNES one.
Any Metroids.
Some people will fight me over that. When I hit 100 subs, I'm playing A Link to the Past. I'm doing like an 8 or 12-hour stream. I'm going to play all the way through A Link to the Past, and then if I beat it, I'm just going to have to pick another Zelda game or something. But I'm going to, like, I've done told everyone, when I hit 100 subs, I'm doing an 8-hour stream. I'm going to get a bunch of, these, energy drinks and just
pound
like,
it out.
He's going to be like Peter Griffin from Family Guy when he gets Red Bull.
Yeah.
But have you ever played Star Fox?
Yeah, we call it Lilac Wars here.
Lilac Wars, yeah.
Yeah, Lilac Wars. Is that what you call the 64 one?
Yeah, Star Fox 64 is Lilac
Star
Wars
Fox
here.
64 is amazing. It's the Star Fox 64. I mean, Star Fox is great. Star Fox is a great game, but Star Fox 64 is so much better. Star Fox is just shit compared to the sequel. Star Fox 64 is so smooth. It's like 60. It's like at least 30 frames per second. It's like solid, smooth.
It's very smooth.
Beautiful graphics.
Everyone knows.
Whereas the first one is all like. First one runs at like 4 frames per second.
Very choppy.
Is that on the SNES you're talking about?
Yeah.
The first one was on the SNES.
The SNES one. Yeah. Yes, I saw the Super Nintendo. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I have.
No, I got you. No, but the second one, I said Houdini. Guess who just broke 2 more records on that one?
You did.
Yeah,
Super
I'm just
Famicom,
waiting. I'm just waiting for
sexy
points for that.
It's smooth. Just look at how
Mayhem.
smooth
Don't ever. I'm just saying, Mayhem. Don't get addicted to the competition characters like me, Johnny, and Houdini. I've been playing that. My thumbs are hurting.
It's one of those that I haven't, because I know if I do, I'm gonna get stuck playing it for 1, 2, 3, 4 hours. I'll just be playing it over and over again.
Now there's two rules. You could do the single life rule, which is just basically get as many points. You can't die, of course. And then there's the unlimited life where you can repeat a level over and over and over.
Super Mayhem Retro is the world record holder of the single life run on the DKC competition card. He's the world record holder.
4,000. You don't know. You have no idea how. And I'll put this in your perspective. You have no idea how many fails I've done. But the current record right now.
Mayhem crawl, man. That's all.
I did the Mayhem crawl. I did the Mayhem crawl all the way through.
Did the Mayhem crawl.
But I did. It's 4,347 points.
Far out. That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, you got to play to really. Hard. You have to play to really get a feel for how good that is. You take the ROM, play it on an emulator, and just do it without dying. Go through as far as you can in the 5 minutes and get as many points as you can, and then look at your score and compare that to what he just told you. It's probably going to be about 2,000 points less.
Yeah,
better and better every time you play it. But you'll realize how impressive
you'll find your pattern
if you play it.
You'll
realize how impressive it is.
But I was gonna say, there's no intro to the game. There's no overworld. It's just straight into gameplay.
Those you straight into the first level. The levels are out of order. It's crazy.
Yeah, some of the bonus rooms don't have there's no golden animal tokens. It's just all bananas.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So banana equals a point or something.
One banana's a point. A bunch is 10 points. Kremlings are 10 points. Zingers are 25 points. Barrels, any barrel breaking is about 10 points. Red balloons are 10 points. I think green balloons are 50. Blue balloons, the one at the end of the level, the first one is 200 points. Bonus rooms are 50 points. And I think finishing a level is 250.
Sweet. I might have to give it a go.
So
it's fun. Just take about 30 minutes to an hour to just play it. You'll be able. It's 5-minute runs. Just reset the game every time it freezes,
Watch,
I take screenshots using the emulator. Just to kind of keep up with what my score is.
Watch, I see him break my.
He takes pictures of the TV screen.
Yeah, watch. I'll see him. His name.
Yeah.
In the world records next week. I'll be like, God.
I don't think so somehow, man.
You're gonna see Eddie Ray Eiler
Either
Jr. You're gonna see Eddie Ray Eiler Jr. above Jonathan. Was it How?
Yeah, you guys have emulators. See, you can't. I have the reproduction.
Man, you're gonna see my name above Jonathan, above Johnny's name.
That's the only thing.
His record. I'm not going single life. Fuck that.
Bit of friendly rivalry is always good.
Yeah, that's a rivalry.
See, you guys.
Rivalry, sorry.
Yeah, it's a
you guys.
Friendly rivalry.
No, see, you guys have emulators, so it's a different category because I bought a reproduction cartridge from Canada for like $30. So
if I had a Super EverDrive, I'd be able to.
If you had a reproduction cartridge, you could compete. So
if I'd rather get the EverDrive and play it using it. Because I'd be playing it on the hardware. Only difference is I'll be able to play, about 650 games on it.
Oh, Mayhem. Actually, a question: are your N64 consoles different than the Western? Because I know Japanese, you can't interchange Japanese games with the Western. I don't know if they made it different for you guys.
That's a good question, man. I think we still have PAL region. I'm not sure if there's. I'm not sure if it's interchangeable.
The 50 Hz system, don't you? Isn't things
50 Hz? Sorry. 50 Hz. I'm not sure.
Don't your TVs run at 50 Hz in Australia? That's PAL.
Yeah, I know. I know. There's a different like European or something or different voltage or something over there. You gotta have like a conversion thing.
Yeah, I think it's PAL. I'm not sure if they already updated it though. Like by that point, I know definitely like our Super Nintendos and our Nintendos are like that. Like you can't put an NTSC cart in a old NES or something like that.
Yeah.
So like our Nintendos here, like my NES is distributed by Mattel, like the toy company.
Mattel.
Yeah. Like I know. So that happened in Australia too, because I know over there in Britain, Mattel did the NES.
Yep. Yeah. So it's the same deal.
Yeah. So your Super Nintendos are sexy like mine, right?
The Famicom.
Yes.
Okay.
Your Super Nintendo looks like mine. So when I'm sitting here showing off it and rubbing on it, you're like, yeah, that's normal. That's what I grew up with. But somebody like Retro is like, that's completely different from mine because
I got
over
two
here in the States we have
got those purple buttons on them, hasn't it, or something? It's got purple buttons, the Famicom.
Yeah. Actually, hold on.
Yeah, there's purple buttons.
Right here. See?
Yeah, there you go.
That's the American controller.
Yeah, mine's colorful. It's
I have those too.
They made two of them actually. We have the big blocky one from like the early 90s, and then somehow in like 1996, 97, they came out with it's called a SNES Junior.
Yeah, it's ugly too. I'm sorry.
Which I own one of those. I think it's what it is.
You're talking about these.
Yeah, that's it. That's the ones we got. Yeah.
Okay. See, mine says Nintendo Super Famicom. I don't know if you can
yes, it says something different. Yeah,
that's the only difference. I think yours says Super Nintendo. Mine says Super Famicom.
Yeah, something
I have
like that.
two. Yeah. I have two of these. Now look at this. Now, if you want to know why I got the American one,
because you're smart.
No. Look, this is why I got the American one. Look at this. Short as fuck. I do not know how long your cords are in Australia, but this is about 2.5 feet.
Yep. I'm not sure how long our ones are. I know because I've got one of those fake. I got a proper Super Nintendo controller, and I got one of the fake ones as well. It's got like turbo buttons on it and everything. And the turbo one has like a cord like this long. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like 3 feet long, and the American ones are 8 feet, I believe. They're 6 or 8. I think they're 8 feet. They're a lot longer than this.
Is it
So,
6
and
or is it 8?
also the other difference is these are all concur is what they call it, I think. And on the American one, these 2 buttons are concave.
Okay.
You mean
Yep.
convex? Concave.
Convex. Yeah, that's the word. This is all convex.
Concur is to take over.
I concur that it's convex.
Well, didn't they have didn't they do for the American Super Nintendos? Didn't they have like a fire retardant? That's why they turn yellow.
Yeah, it's the fire retardant. That it's only in the earlier models.
Yeah,
I think after '93, I think from the ones from '93 or '94 up didn't turn yellow.
Yeah,
and the Japanese and PAL ones didn't turn like the Japanese and PAL ones would yellow, but they didn't yellow as bad as the American ones. They had less of the fire retardant.
See what I like about
mine.
Don't want to catch on fire when you
yeah, because it has so much power and uses so many wattage. Yeah, it's just gonna immediately set on fire.
I was more thinking of you hit the button like a million times an hour, like you start a fire.
No, I think they only use like 15 watts. I mean, that's like nothing. But what I like about the SNES Junior is I have my game set up. It's not really a great setup. I have a video of my game room, but I have all 3 basically, and all I have to do is just connect the AV cable, and I'm ready to go.
Awesome.
So my Nintendo 64 to Super Nintendo to GameCube. Well, not my PlayStation 2. I just gotta switch some AV cables around, but the other 3 though, it's just.
I love my PS2. I use my PS2 all the time.
I got the big one, the big fat one.
That's what I got.
Yeah, those are the nice ones.
That's what I got.
I found it at Goodwill for like $35. I'm like, all right, I'll take it.
Mine's an SCPH 3001. I don't know what yours is.
Mayhem, have you ever heard of a Game Boy player?
Yeah. Is that like the cartridge for the SNES?
What it is, it's for your GameCube.
That's a Super Game Boy.
And you screw it on the bottom. What you can do is play your Game Boy Advance games on your GameCube, which goes to the TV.
Ah, very cool. That would be handy.
So I have like regular.
These are so much sexier than the American cartridges too. Too bad
they're all curved and
they're nice and smooth.
The top on it, that's the only thing the Americans got right. Is that they had the top part, so you could stack them and see what games it was. But the 64 didn't have that anywhere.
Nope.
But you had to buy the labels separately. Like Danger Dolan and his collection have all got stickers on top, and it looks really nice.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of YouTubers do that.
I'm looking for a lot of expensive games right now. I mean, I've got a lot of the basic games that are $6-7. I'm looking for the ones that are $80, $90, like Stunt Racer.
The thing
Bomberman
is, like most of the games I want are cheap. $10.
No, the ones I want are expensive, man.
Huh?
I said most of the ones I want are just expensive, like the ones that are rare. No pun intended.
The only ones that are expensive that I want are Earthbound. I think Earthbound Super Metroid is kind of high.
I'm just glad I have like all 3 Mario Party. Like I got those early when they were actually cheaper. I have all 3. Like Mario Party 3 it's about $60 right now. Did we lose Tim?
I got Earthbound. I think
Earthbound you still here?
Was like $70.
Well, I just got a refund for Conkers because I found out it's not an authentic cartridge. So he said, you could keep the game. I'll give you your money back.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so I have a refund.
It sounds like he don't want him complaining about him. He don't want,
Well, he should have given me an authentic one for the money I paid for it. I'm like, oh my God.
Or at least tell you that it's a repro,
It never said that in the description. It just says Conkers Man Verde is in great shape.
He's trying to cover his ass.
That's fine with me.
Let's see. We'd love to see y'all playing Getting Over It. What?
I don't know what that means.
What is Getting Over It?
Matthew, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, man, I'm curious.
Are you trying to be like a troll on here?
Jesse said my next vid would be a cover of Kill Yourself by Bourbon. Burbham.
By Bo Burnham.
Bo Burbham.
I better take off, actually, guys. I've got to go.
Burnham. By Bo Burnham. I
What
don't
time
know
is it over
that
there, man?
stuff.
For like 9 o'clock or
I don't
11
know that
o'clock in the
song.
morning?
It's like 5 p.m. 10 past 5.
5 p.m. Yeah.
It's already Friday over there. It's 1 in
Um,
the morning over here on Friday.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Is it
That's
super
about
early
right.
for me to sing? Yeah, Jesse. I'm ready to hear your singing, man.
Don't quit your day job.
Are you guys excited for my new video? I am. Matthew says it's a rage game.
So do you eat koala over there too?
We gotta look that up. We gotta look that up.
Sweet koala. No, we don't eat them. They eat our trees.
I know. Yeah, I know. This is like the eucalyptus tree or something like really poisonous, and they can eat it. They can stomach it.
Yeah, I think they get high off it as well. I think they get like a bit stung.
Oh, jeez.
That's why they pull out a
interview
tree
has
sometimes.
turned into a podcast.
So you guys can go on safaris and stuff too, like nature.
Yeah, like we've got like sanctuaries and stuff, and like zoos, and or you can just walk out into the bush and hope you don't get eaten by a spider or something.
Oh God, they probably have like the most deadly spiders over there.
Yeah, we got some good ones.
We got,
all right,
well,
guys.
not us, but the West though, we got rattlesnakes that'll hurt you. But
Yeah, you don't want that. Yeah, that's turned into a podcast, doesn't it, Houdini?
Yeah, it's turned into a podcast, and this is something we need to start doing weekly. But
yeah, we should get on it.
Definitely, and get more people to join us and get more topics. This one can just be the interview. Have topics, what's new in the gaming world. Talk about Nintendo.
I told you about the one, maybe go back to the 90s. Get your floppy disks out, kids.
Let's do a 90s podcast. Super Mayhem, you're a little bit older than us, but you remember the 90s better because you're old. I mean, older.
I got by a couple of years, man.
No one better call me because I got
a couple of years,
connection.
Yeah. Well, I'm a couple of years older than him, and he remembers it pretty well.
No one
being a kid, I guess.
No one better call me because I got my dial-up connection going. I got my landline. I got my party line.
Oh man! And when you pick up the phone, that god awful racket it made. When you pick up the phone, and then what's even worse than the racket that the phone made is the racket that the person who was on the computer room made. God damn it!
Get off the phone!
Can't you see I'm chatting on AOL here?
I was halfway done downloading that picture.
And there's always that one voice when you got mail that you've got mail. Oh my god, I got mail. Oh my god, it's been 2 weeks. I got mail. Oh my god.
Retro, do you remember AOL?
America Online.
Yeah. You remember
and
that?
AOL,
like everybody had that.
Messenger?
That was like just the most popular internet in America.
No,
back
I
in
remember.
the 90s.
How to save it? Floppy disk.
Yep. Had a little floppy disk. Remember the big floppy ones? Like I don't even know what size they
big
were.
Ones, yeah.
I still
The
have a
big-ass
stack of
ones.
floppy disks. I still have a stack of floppy disks.
But I remember having the smaller ones with the metal protector on it. 3.5-inch floppies. And they were they held 1.4 megabyte, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like
you could put about a document on it, and that was it.
A bit. I think it was megabyte that they had.
Yeah,
I still remember
yeah.
seeing I still kind of remember seeing the commercial for Mortal Kombat with the guy screaming "Mortal Kombat!"
Yeah,
everyone's coming around. Yeah, it was a good commercial though.
All right, guys, I really got to go now. I'm sorry.
One of my favorite commercials from the 90s, and this is like late 90s because it was but one of my favorite commercials is for Super Smash Brothers when you got Mario, Donkey Kong,
they're all dancing in the
Yoshi,
field.
they're all just jumping around and they're all happy,
yeah.
and it's so happy together playing. Mario trips. I forget who he trips. He trips one of them, and they just start beating the shit out of each other. That's the commercial we had here in America for Super Smash Brothers.
I remember that and the one with Banjo-Tooie too, where he's falling out of the plane and Kazooie's not there because he could split him up.
You remember the Crash Bandicoot commercials? He's standing outside of the Nintendo of America building talking shit with a megaphone.
Come on. No, I don't.
Bandicoot costume. He's just sitting there talking shit. You should look that up, right? Mayhem. You should look that up.
He's got to go there.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing like a
I'm
video
about to end
on
the podcast. Now before I end this podcast, what I'm gonna say is find you.
Sorry?
Mayhem.
Come find you.
Yeah, tell people where they can find you. Tell them where.
Oh, right.
Channel.
Yes, you can find me at not my physical address, obviously, but online at mariomayhem.com or at Super Mayhem on YouTube. I do videos about video games and stuff. And thanks to Houdini for having me. It's been a real blast chatting to you guys and Retro. So yeah, thanks for having me. And hopefully we can do this again soon.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Matthew wants to join us next time. And Matthew, just send me your Gmail so we can. We use Google Hangouts to do this.
Yeah.
So all I need is your Gmail, and I can add to the next one.
I think I'm gonna go get some colored ketchup. That Heinz Squirt ketchup. Remember the colored ketchup, green ketchup?
Yeah.
Why not?
Retro, how can people find you?
All right, guys. Thanks again for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you, Mayhem. Thank you, Tim. You go have a smoke. I know you're probably dying for one.
Yeah, I am dying a bit. I got it.
Probably catch you next time.
Have a kangaroo burger on us.
Will do, Retro. Take it easy, guys. It's been great chatting to you.
Yes.
Deuces.
Hi, it's good seeing you, man.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Thank you. See you later. He's gonna Houdini on
Houdini
us.
or what?
There he goes. He pulled a Houdini.
So you gonna stay on here or what? Or no?
Hold on. So Matthew Quibell, my email. You know what? Just message me on YouTube. You should be able to send me a message on YouTube. Message me on YouTube and send me your Gmail, and I'll add you on Google Hangouts. And
what else?
The next time we go live, you can join us. Now what? Okay, now where can we find you, Retro? Not your address.
My address. I really don't know if I want to give out. I really don't know if I want to.
Don't give your.
You can find me on here, Retro 1991, of course. That's yours truly. I really don't know where else you could find me. I mean, it's not like I'm Where's Waldo.
He's pretty easy guy to find.
But I really don't want to give out my Facebook information just in case.
No, I mean, if you had like a page called Retro 1991, you could share it, but
I could.
No,
I mean,
if I get more popular, I just make YouTube. You can find him at Retro 1991. If you search Retro 1991, you'll find him.
Yeah. If I do get more popular, more subs, maybe I'll open up a channel or a page on Facebook just for that.
Yeah, but I have a Twitter now. I never thought I'd have Twitter.
Twitter's for
Houdini Fontmeister Twitter. It's not my actual name. It's for this channel. But the only tweets I do is when I upload a video, it tweets it automatically.
That's not good.
When I do this, when I go live, it tweets it to Twitter. That's all it does. I don't make posts on Twitter. It's just there because people like to follow you in more than one thing.
Matthew says he has Instagram.
Instagram, if you want to DM me there. Yeah, man. What's your Instagram?
I don't have Instagram. Sorry.
I mean, you could. I think it'd probably be easiest if you just send me a message through YouTube. You can send messages on YouTube. Don't ask me exactly how to do that, but just send me a message through YouTube, and once I have your Gmail, we can use Google Hangouts to talk. I think that's the easiest way, and then we can do the Instagram share, even Facebook if you want to do that at some point. But anyway, you can find me right here on my channel, Houdini Fontmeister.
Check out our videos as well if you like them. You know, we'll make more.
Oh yeah, they're definitely coming.
Guys, like I said, I'll be streaming eventually once I get my tax returns. I'll get a better tower.
It's annoying sending.
It's just
it's annoying sending messages through YouTube, Matthew. That's why I was saying, you know, send me a message through YouTube. Send me your email so that we don't have to use YouTube anymore. Because Google Hangouts is just so easy to.
Why don't you give him a snail? Why don't you write him like a letter, like snail mail?
Yeah.
He's your pen pal. Dear pen pal.
Yeah.
I remember doing that in kindergarten or first grade.
We can use Google Hangouts. We can do Instagram too, but a message for me to have your info. MQYT channel.
I get ready for that snowstorm this weekend.
MQYT channel, your Instagram. Yo, pen pals at school was the shit. Yeah.
I've always wanted. I wish I could have done. Dear pen pal, I don't know who the hell you are, but just shut the hell up and kiss my ass. You know. I didn't know him. I don't know who I was writing
to. Man. Pen pals were awesome. Yeah, that's your Instagram. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and what I'm gonna do, Matthew, is and after I get, you know, I'm about to end this, but when I end this, I'm gonna go add you on Instagram and shoot you a message. Now it's going to be a page called Aesthetic Prevails Us. That's my name on Instagram for now. I'm probably gonna change it to Houdini Fontmeister.
Too bad Johnny 5 couldn't have added us or been with us.
He was in chat for a little bit earlier.
He's probably drunk somewhere.
He's probably 1,
eating
2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 people with
Matthew. He was probably eating his make-believe nuggets.
You know, this is a little circle of 6 people if we get Brittany in when we have Brittany on.
It's a circle jerk.
Yeah, man, that's 6 people. That's pretty good.
It's a drum circle.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream right here. And
hopefully they got I got my funny stuff out of there, but hopefully have my name out there, guys. Like I said, I'm just your average working guy. So
yeah, me and Brittany, me and Nicole, we are supposed to have a broadcast discussing mental illness this weekend. I'm not sure when it's going to go up, but we will put the schedule out. And if you're subscribed and have the bell checked, it will tell you when we set a time. It'll tell you what time it is. It'll pop up in your notifications. But
how's your rear video
coming? Nicole are going to do a mental illness, and I guess I'll ask Super Mayhem if he wants to join that. What day and what time? It'll probably be the same day of the podcast, but that's going to be a podcast discussing that. And Retro, I don't know if you want to join that one or not.
What's a build?
What happened?
What's a build? It says, hey, Retro, if you want to build, I can make you one and build it if you like.
Oh, like a computer.
Oh, okay. Well, where are you from, Matt?
He's talking about like a build of like a PC build.
You could build one for me.
Well, we call it a PC build. It's like it's a custom, like a custom PC. You buy the parts and he puts it together for you.
Okay. Well, like I said, if
it's a desktop, I build it. I build my own desktop. When it comes to laptops, I don't build them, but I build my own desktop. Grade RAM and go on with your business. Okay. Illinois, not too bad.
No, it's about 6-7 hours from me. I'm on side of
other stream. Can I be in one? Sure, Jesse. Just don't
send
me a message on my Send me a message on my Facebook page or here on YouTube. Matthew says he has a company. You have a company? Is that what you do?
Is that your income? And
computers?
I don't know. I say, is that his income or I don't know what?
It is, man. Yeah, Jesse, just shoot me a message with your Gmail so I can talk to you a little bit on there. I would like to. You want to join me for the mental illness talk?
That's on
me
you
and
guys,
Nicole.
I mean.
I think that'd be pretty good. I'm gonna be a part of that. I'll try to get Super Mayhem on with that.
Computer repair and custom builds. Okay.
That's awesome. I do it for fun, and he makes a freaking living off of it.
I mean, I just want something I could stream my retro games. I'm not looking for, Battlefield, Call of Duty, and all that shit. I just want something to do, like Mortal Kombat, Donkey Kong, and all that shit.
Don't have a website I want to show yet. It's in beta. Okay. Matthew, I mean that's what Mayhem does for. Isn't that what Super Mayhem does for like his like part of his income is like build websites?
I have no idea.
Have you talked to him about your website, about building your business website? He might be pretty fair with his pricing.
What 4 people are watching? Well, besides me, that's 1.
I mean, that's pretty cool that we still got 4 people watching. And I'm about to end the
Hey
stream.
guys, what do you call a laughing motorcycle? A Yamaha ha ha. I don't know.
That's pretty funny.
What do you call a fake? A fake noodle? An impasta.
An impasta. Okay, Retro. Thank you for joining. I want to thank everybody who's watching for joining. If you haven't already, then like and subscribe, to Retro 1991, and like and subscribe to Super Mayhem, and a couple more shout outs. My friend, I got a shout out to my girl Nicole San Diego. Go like her channel and subscribe to her if you haven't.
World is Nicole San Diego.
Jesse Animations, Matthew Quibell. Go check them out. He says, I have, but the site was built by a college student. There's
definitely take a look at Super Mayhem. It's funny when he does video games, guys.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. All right, Matthew, I'm going to go on Instagram and find you. Okay? I thank y'all for joining. And remember, keep gaming. All right. Bye-bye.